Going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live. Just about got in about half an hour ago, but we're here. Big up to everybody who's tuned in. Sorry we're a couple of minutes late, but listen, man. You know, we got a lot to discuss, man. A lot to discuss. We got Flawless in the building. Flawless, what are you telling me, my guy? Mr. Take Note.
I'm
No, sorry, no. You know what I mean?
I'm blessed, fam. I'm blessed, man. Oh, good. It's good to be back. Shame we have to be here to talk about United, but yeah, I'm all well and good, man. But
we just talk about something else. Anyone been watching any good TV recently?
Anything, yeah. Raising Canaan. That's what I've been watching.
Boxing UFC was on last night, wasn't it?
Raising Canaan, man. Hey, just want to say from the jump, fuck Ronnie Mathis, but we move. But yeah, other than that, oh god, I can't stand him. You know what I'm saying? I can't. He annoys me. I swear on my life, I can't wait for him to die. It's a TV show, by the way,
bro.
Yeah. Just to clarify,
listen, it's crazy.
No more remontadas, man, Leon. No more remontadas, man.
Trust me, man. Trust me. I big up to Ash in the building. Ash, big up to you, man, for coming on.
Thanks as always, boys. You know, same old, isn't it, with Tanak? I had a nice day this morning, took my boys to the football, to their training. You know, they had a fantastic day, you know, just perfect, no moaning, no crying, none of that. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely amazing. You know, took part in all of it, scored a few goals and all that. I loved it. And then Man United have to ruin my day, don't they? Do you know what I mean? It's just how it's been, isn't it? So we'll discuss that.
Yeah, big up to you, man. Double A as well, looking all comfortable there, but United ain't comfortable to watch, is it? You know what I'm saying? But how are you anyway, man?
Yeah, I'm good. You know what? I shouldn't have worn this because last week DJ Khaled won. Listen, I don't mind Gavadio, right? I'll take Gavadio all day long. DJ Khaled is a step too fucking far, some of you people, right? It's not another one. That's all I'm saying. So other than that, it's fantastic to be here on a Sunday evening, as always, with the boys. I'd say with Ash, mate, like, started the day off fantastic, took Thea to her football, and like how I can sit in a hall with 12 1 to 2 year olds and see more passion, more footballing know-how than when I go to Old Trafford and watch that shower of shit It's disgusting. And we deserve better. Like, I say it all the time, and it sounds like we've got slapped asses and we're spoiled brats. But I'm not even talking about Manchester United winning the league. I'm not talking about Manchester United competing with City and Liverpool and these teams. But we deserve better, mate. We deserve better. But love you three. Love the chat. And it's fantastic to be here. But we'll dissect that and get into that all soon, won't we, I guess?
Yeah, we will indeed, man. There's over 700 of you already here. First 5 minutes. Make sure you guys like the video first and foremost. That's the first thing you should be doing. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to these guys as well. Links in the description below. Listen, first and foremost, if anyone thought that we're making top 4, I just want you to right now forget that. Yeah? That's one thing I want you to do, first of all. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's open. We have to have an open platform. We have to be honest with ourselves, yeah? We need to be honest with ourselves. Forget top 4. I feel embarrassed today. And people can say, oh, Saeed, but we drew the game. What are you moaning at? It's a point. Listen to me, yeah? We are absolutely garbage, mate. Them goals do not fool me. Performances do not fool me. We are mid-table for a reason. I seen today Højbjerg coming like this next, you know what I mean? I don't know, rendition of who else is in the midfield that is one of the greatest, yeah? This guy, Skip, Bentancur, running the midfield. That's first of all, one thing, yeah? We lack an identity. They have so many players out here, but yet still they play to the principle. They play to their style of play. Manchester United are devoid of anything. We are devoid of anything. We're relying on 1 or 2 individual moments, 1 or 2 individual brilliances, yeah? And that is us, mate. Yeah, McTominay should have scored the winner at the end. But I am not satisfied, guys. The key thing is our football is not sustainable. I'm not satisfied when I watch Man United. I'm bored to death. I was bored. It's cold. It's cold in Old Trafford, you know. I barely got up in the second half. There was nothing to cheer about. We are absolutely rubbish. I watched a manager in Ange Postecoglou, yeah, that has an identity and he knows where they're going. They know where they're going. And they should be proud of themselves today, by the way, Tottenham. But for us, it's Groundhog Day again. We are absolutely rubbish. We are
your mic moving funny.
United are moving like your mic.
Your mic moving funny, fam.
Am I back now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
You're back down. Yeah, you're back down.
But yeah, listen, maybe they don't want me to spread the truth. I don't know what it is. Maybe the mic doesn't want to spread the truth. But Flawless, chat to me, man. Are you impressed by what you're watching right now? Are you like, oh, I'm done, man.
Of course not, man. I've not been impressed all season. Just to clarify, though, because you obviously put in the title and you mentioned it there in the introduction, top 4. Do people genuinely still believe we was finishing top 4? Was today the day where you realize, we are not we're not finishing top 4 before today? Even if we would have won today, we're not finishing top 4. Because as poor as this league is, you need to have even a little bit of consistency to go and finish in the top 4. And that's what we don't have. First and foremost, we don't score enough goals. Let's just clarify that. We do not score enough goals. I think I don't know now because obviously there's been games today, but before today, we was the 3rd lowest scorers in the Premier League. It was only the teams 18th and 19th who had scored less in Burnley and Sheffield United. So am I impressed at what I'm seeing? No, but it's not a shock. And the worst, and a couple of the worst things about today is that Spurs B team. Let's not get mistaken, people. That Spurs' B side, that midfield trio that was out there that you mentioned in Skip, Højbjerg, Bentancur, even though Bentancur is good, is not their first choice. Sarr is missing, Basuma is missing, Maddison is missing. Kulusevski and Son are their two best attackers in the final third. They were both missing today. So they were missing 5 outfield players, which means they was missing half of their team, which minus Van der Ven and Udogie have 5 of their better players, in my opinion. B-side. And yes, we drew the game. That is the positive result. Good. That's one positive. Good to see Martinez back. Other than that, pretty much it. And another thing that's so bad about it is the way Spurs plays into our attackers' hands. One of the few times this season our attackers look threatening, look like we're going to score, is Aston Villa, who also play with a high line. And in the first half, I thought we were decent. You know what I'm saying? We actually looked threatening going forward. And then second half, it completely disappeared. We had, I believe so, the chat will correct me if I'm wrong, 3 shots in the second half, 0 on target. Unforgivable. Playing Spurs. And not only we playing Spurs, we're playing Spurs' B-side. We're not even playing the best version of Spurs. And the way they play should suit us down to a T in regards to just stylistically. And we were lucky to get a point. I wouldn't say that, but we deserve no more than a point. That's what I will say about it. But again, it's not a shock. It's not a surprise. We were talking just before the stream, and Ash said it. It's more withdrawals. Like, I know what to expect now. I'm just like, all right, this is what we are. We're rubbish. Like being in a relationship and you just stay in it for the kid's sake. That's what it is. We know this relationship's done. We know she ain't shit. Like, that's just what it is. Like, that's how I look now at Manchester United Football Club, innit? That family member that you love but you don't mess with, and people tell you, oh, they're doing such and such. Don't care. Don't talk to me about him. I know they're a nub. It's simple. That's how I look at it with Manchester United. And again, how many times do people need to see poor performances, us getting poor results, poor management, poor individual displays, poor decision making before people go, yeah, everything needs to be good? First go with Richarlison, like heading in 6-yard box, like what's going on? The ball's in the 6-yard box. Wan-Bissaka, at least, even if you don't win the ball aerially, challenge, it's in the 6-yard box. Why is my goalkeeper not coming to collect that? The second one, as soon as Rashford got the ball, I said he's going to drive this and go out of play. Soon as he got the ball where are you going? Again, game management, decision making, sustain it. First, we just come out second half, sustain the attack, keep the ball for 5 minutes. Again, basics. Even when Romero headed and hit the bar, why is Maino marking Romero? Why is our two centre backs not on their two centre backs? Why am I sat watching and I don't have no coaching badges and I can figure out, you know what, Maino against Romero aerially is a mismatch. Why is it not Varane and Johnny Evans picking up their centre backs? I'd understand if it was a midfielder like Amadou Onana or Souček, then I'd get that more. But again, the list goes on in regards to decision making that we make and decisions made by the man. Bring it on, McTominay. That's our game. McTominay and Anthony are our game changers.
Oh my God, man.
They're our game. And then he misses
seriously.
the chance. He misses the chance at the end, which we should score. But again, it just ties in. As bad as McTominay is, why is he on the pitch? Why all of a sudden is he our go-to guy? And someone did a split. I'm going off on one here, but just allow me.
No, go for it, man. This is it, man.
When someone did a split screen on Twitter and was like, this is the difference. And obviously we watched City versus Newcastle and they brought on De Bruyne. So it was a picture of De Bruyne and Pep and McTominay and Ten Hag. And this is where we're at. That McTominay is our go-to guy when we are trying to win the. Anthony is our go-to guy. Many problems. The fact that those two are two options is a problem. The fact that the manager goes, yeah, Casemiro's on the bench. Martinez even though Martinez is a centre-back, I get Martinez for Evans. But just leave it as it is. Do something different. Change around the front feet. How many times are you going to watch these players fail before the manager goes, maybe they're just not very good. Maybe this is just not working, but he won't. And people will still back this. And then the craziest part about it all, Saeed, is we'll win a game and then people will be in the comment section to see, this is the start. Can we turn it around? All this rubbish. The same way we had it at Chelsea. Who else did we beat? The Villa game. And people are like, oh, you turned the corner. Burnley as well. You turn the corner. This is now where are you 10 outers and da. You lot, we don't deserve this. You lot, anyone backing this deserves pain. Anyone backing this deserves the pain. But yeah, that's pretty much outrageous.
Big up to Anki. Yeah, bro. I felt it, man. Big up to Anki. A bench player, Brighton is made captain. McTominay is coming on to make impact. Bringing him on before Casa deserves sack itself. Ball thrown out. Listen, they had 63% of the ball. They had more than 2 to 250 more passes.
And you know what the crazy part is, Saeed, as well? There's no excuse for them with injuries and players missing, and they still play the same way. I've watched a lot of Spurs this season, and that's how you know there's no excuse. Half their outfield is missing, and they still play the same. Their entire first choice midfield is missing. Their best two attacking players are the same, 64% possession. They still play the same way.
I can't do that, guys. I'm sorry, Manchester United cannot be doing this again and again, having less of the ball. I'm sorry, man. Even if you're a counter-attacking team, guys, you should not be watching a team with Højbjerg, Skip, and Bentancur dominate you. Sorry, I just think it's unforgivable, guys. I mean, Ash, talk to me like, do you like it when you're on the ground and you're just thinking, yeah?
It's sackable. I mean, we got him from Ajax on the basis that he would be a possession manager. He comes in, we're not seeing any possession. Do you know what I mean? We've seen a second-rate Spurs team come, and I can imagine most Spurs fans were watching that today, feeling frustrated that they didn't get the win, because they probably should have got the win there today. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those where we deserved. How many saves did we make? The goalkeeper make. We had 2 shots on target the entire game. Rashford keeps running into touch. Do you know what I mean?
Rashford,
I mean, Rashford's frustrating. There seems to be no interlinking, any kind of chemistry with the front three. It seems like they never played together. And you know what? It's all boils down to the manager, because the manager's not got them working together. He's not got them playing and interlinking and kind of understanding what each other wants from each other. He stumbled on Garnacho on the right hand side, and he's just stuck with that now ever since. Do you know what I mean? You know, how many months was we trying with different players on the right hand side? He's put Bruno there. He's put Palistri there. He's put Anthony there. And then, like I said, he stumbles on Garnacho. It's just, how much more time are we going to give this man? It's frustrating. You know, I'm looking at Ajax, and Ajax are starting to piss me off. Do you know what I mean? Just for the fact that we got him from Ajax. You know, you're looking at Anthony, you're looking at Ten Hag and stuff like that. And then there's links with Brobby. And what we're talking about. Do you know what I mean? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing him. I'm sick of the mediocrity of the man. You know, I don't believe he's got a clue in what he's doing. I think the players want to play. I think the players are better than the manager. I think for me, what it is he doesn't know how to get them playing. He doesn't know how to instruct them in how to finish, how to interlink, how to create these phases of play that you've seen with Big Ange. And you look at Big Ange, and, you know, as United fans, we're all looking at him as a manager. We're all jealous. Do you know what I mean? He's got that charisma. He's got that personality. He's got the style of play. He's got the ability to be able to just get men fighting for him. And completely antithesis of what Ten Hag is. Ten Hag is just... He's got to go. He's got to go, and he's got to go soon. Do you know what I mean? He just can't keep carrying on.
He was talking this week about players having the right mentality, and I think it was a shot at Sancho about, you know, when you come here, you need to be able to handle the mantle of being a Manchester United player, and that works tenfold when you're a Manchester United manager. This job 100%. This job is too big for him. This job is more than he ever bargained for, and that's okay. That is allowed to happen. We've seen it before. That can happen. What we need to do is accept it now. The club needs to accept it now, and we need to move on. But my only worry is, it's all well and good saying that. It's all well and good saying get him out now. This until what I don't want to happen, and I don't trust Ratcliffe anyway, right? But his first decision when this deal gets put through is to pick a new manager right now. I think there has to be a process. I said it before, I'd rather go down the Van Gaal route of us take 6 months, pick someone, get the football structure correct, get a plan in place. If that's not with Ten Hag, you find the man that's got to replace him in the summer. And then you get the people behind him, get the identity of the club, where you want the club to go, the players you want to fit a system, to fit a style of play, to fit what Manchester United are going to be moving forward from 2024-25 season. I would rather us do that than piss it up the wall, right? Not right off a season, because the season's wrote off anyway. We're not going to, as much as
the season's done.
A tiny part of me is saying, until it's mathematically over, it's not over. But I know in my heart of hearts, United.
But you know what it is, though? It's the way you play, though. This is the problem, though. And this comment here, I'm sorry, Trini, Red Devil, yeah? But this is absolute waffle, mate. He says here, what are you talking about? Them man are better than all our midfielders beside Melo. I'm sorry, you are not taking Højbjerg in your midfield. You are not taking what do you call it?
Skip and Benzema.
You're not taking them, guys. I'm sorry.
I know.
A lot of people say to me, "Oh, but they're actually good." They're not good.
Benton Coy is a baller, and as soon as I saw him in the starting lineup today, I was worried because I thought if he plays to the level that he can,
he ran the show, man.
Dusted.
Benton Coy's a footballer.
Yeah,
he's a real footballer. But I'm sorry, injuries. And you know what? Big up to Leah's. I think Leah's made a tweet, like in terms of injuries being an excuse. There should not be an excuse for you to still play a style of football. You may not have the quality, but you still should have an identity of what you guys are doing. They had it. They just didn't have the end quality. They were a bit patchy. I think Højbjerg got possessed a couple of times when he was on the half turn. Like, it should not be that the gap here. He keeps talking about when Lisandro come back, when Casemiro's fit, Man United should be good. I'm like, broski, we watched last season as well. We were shit from February onwards.
basically the overall point is if our midfield was Bentancur, Skip, and Højbjerg, we'd be sat here saying the same thing, that it's not good enough. Even if we was like, we rate Bentancur, same way we talk about Mano. Yeah, Mano's a good midfielder. We all rate Mano. We all think highly of him and think he'll be a very good player for the football club. But we're talking about everybody else. That's what it is. Like the same way Bruno and Eriksson and McTominay are not the levels. Skip and Højbjerg are not the levels. Because if we was linked with Skip and Højbjerg, imagine the live stream that Saeed's doing that day. Like, come on, like let's not go over the top. Yeah, but we know about Bruno though. But again,
oh man,
all the people who defend it gonna be private. Yeah, go on.
Bruno Fernandes today, I think, had a passing accuracy, I think of 60-odd%. I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Bruno Fernandes' passing accuracy today. Please, someone find out his passing accuracy today. Just let me know, people. Let me know in the chat right now, because I'm hearing it was a very, very 64% pass accuracy. 59. I said it in the summer. Sell Bruno Fernandes. And people still keep coming at me. Bruno Fernandes, people, get it in your thick heads. He is average. Average. I'm sorry. This guy, again, ghosted in big games. Hoofing it. I got asked a question today, who would you bring in from that Tottenham team? I said James Maddison to replace Bruno Fernandes. And I'm not even doubting my answer.
Hey,
Bruno Fernandes, I'm sorry. If you want to go forward, sell Bruno Fernandes and sell Rashford. For me, I'm telling you now, they are one of the reasons why Man United are failing as well. Because them two, we play to their strengths, and they have no strengths. Not at all. We keep playing it to Rashford. He keeps being greedy. Bruno Fernandes keeps hoofing the ball up. Them two, for me, them two individuals, get them out of this Man United team, Man United will play a bit better football. Might not be great, but they will be playing better football. For me, Bruno Fernandes plays against us. I'm sorry. I'm tired of his hero ball. I'm tired. Give me a player that keeps it on the floor and keeps it going, that plays simple. Bruno Fernandes is not good enough for Man United Football Club and needs to be sold. I'm sorry.
I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's good enough under Erik ten Hag. I seen a bit. Listen, I didn't want Ollie from the start, and you can talk a lot of it being no fans in the stadium. But I saw a video the other day of how we played in that COVID season. Bruno was doing a lot of the things that we say Bruno can't do right now. I think I 100% get all the shit that he gets and the performances he turns in are fucking disgusting sometimes. And today is an absolute example of that. But I think, it all comes down to coaching, and it comes down to the manager allowing these players to do whatever the fuck they want on the pitch. There's clearly we talk about it all the time. There's no style of play. There's no structure within the team. Why is the manager just allowing him to do it consistently all the time? Just kick the ball wherever you want, however you want, to whoever you want. And listen, if I could pick someone, I think there's a super chat about picking 5 players. And I wouldn't keep him. At the moment in time, I would sell him. And I think these literally, I've just struggled to get 5 players I keep at the moment. And I think most of them are young players. But I mean, mate, I think I'm actually even lost for words. Because when you watch this team,
it's bad that double A's lost for words. That's how bad it is.
This team, it's like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, what? They can't all be this bad at football. They can't be, because there's a reason why they came here. Like, we've seen output from them. So now it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are you consistently being shit? Like, there's a reason behind it, and it can't just be, I've always been this shit. I've just had a purple patch. There must be something more to why this team consistently play and act like they don't know what the fuck to do week in, week out.
You're definitely right in regards to they're not this bad. As much as I don't rate these players individually, are they this bad? No. Are they better than this? Are they the level that we want them to be? Nah. They're not. Big up to Traps in the cut
Big
as
up
well.
Traps.
And that's where it
Here
starts.
we
I just
go.
want to shout out Saeed for saying as well. We play to their strengths and they have no strengths. That is brilliant, Saeed. That's another one of your great quotes. That's another one. That is it. I'm gonna use that. That's another one of them, man. That's up there with, you know what I'm saying, when you must, you didn't must. That's levels. But yeah, like we've seen this, like with Bruno Fernandes. With Bruno Fernandes, I just use him because that's who Saeed mentioned. Double A, you spoke on him. How much more evidence do we need to see? Like, we seen him this season. Even last season, he wasn't great. He wasn't great last season. He was okay. He's been worse this season. He's just not very good. But yet people will still hang their hats because he creates chances, because he'll get goals, because he'll get assists, even though his GNA as it is.
He doesn't create
chances.
chances.
No. When I say he creates chances, I mean on paper. They say that. Yeah. The big chances created and most chances created.
You know, there's a stat, by the way. Yeah. There's a stat, by the way. I don't know. 1 second. I think it's Man United. Bruno Fernandes has created 54 chances in the Premier League this season, more than any other player coming into the round of matches. But his average goal of assist every 285 minutes this term is his worst. So end of the day, a lot of it is his spamming. It's to the detriment of Man United now. Because he's thinking about the assist, and because he can't really have a good game when he doesn't score an assist. Now, he's now thinking about how can I force those stats. So it's almost like a volume stat padder. And I'm like, listen, you can't be doing that to the detriment of the team. There's so many times where he kept hoofing. I was like, what are you doing? Relax. Big up to
he rushes it too much.
Man United fighting. Yeah. Man United fighting for their lives against Spurs B team. Mm-hmm. By the way, there's 1.5k in the building. Make sure you lot are liking the video. Let's get up to 1,000 likes ASAP. Traps is drinking tea. I don't know what you celebrating. Are you just drinking? Like, what are you drinking? Were you drinking tears and that from anyone?
I just came from the gym, mate. I'm
okay.
I mean, look, right? Yeah, look. Obviously, Martinez came back today. We didn't lose. I mean, the team played badly, and there's only one person to blame, innit? It's Jadon Sancho, innit?
That's good. That's good.
Oh my god!
I mean, bro, like I just it's just rinse and repeat, man. Like, it's got to the point now, where it's not even that I don't care, because I do care. But I just, it's more of the same. Every week is more of the same. And it's not one step forward, one step back. It's a step back, step forward, step back, step back, step back, step forward, fall over, step back. That's what it is. Like, there's no, you don't even come out with, I mean, cool. Rasmus scored today. That's 2-2 in the Premier League for him. That's it. Like, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just, look, you know how I feel about this manager, man. It's just like, I just think it's got to the point now, I mean, I was looking at halftime, I was thinking, right, halftime is 2-1. If he loses from here, he's broken the record now, So this has got to be the icing on the cake right now, Obviously, it's 2-2. I'm thinking, boy, this could go either way. But I just now think to myself, this has got to be a financial thing, bro. This has got to be this. They cannot. It must be there something to do with the accounts and the books why they cannot sack this man at this present moment in time. Because it's impossible. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. This team will not play better. It will not get better. None of the players are playing particularly great. Garnacho was absolute trash today. Bruno Fernandes, mate. It's like he was trying to play bowling with his foot. Like, he's just trying to bowl down players, kicking the ball at them. Like, I don't know what he was doing today. And it's like, I don't know, man. I just think, is it the coaching? Is it the players? I think it's a mixture of both. I think it's a mixture of the players. I'm not buying into this philosophy of whatever it is, whatever he's trying to do. And as a result, like Flora said, they're not this bad as we're seeing, bro. I promise you, they're not that bad. They're not as bad as what we're seeing. So there's obviously some kind of breakdown somewhere, but obviously the people are upstairs, they're not even in place yet. So
he was there. He was there today. Jim Ratcliffe was there today. He must have heard the moans and the groans. He must have seen the lack of desire to win us the game. Like, you know what it is with me? It's the way we progress the football, Ash. You see how Tottenham move it about quickly, moving it with intent. Us, it's just like, we're always waiting for that long ball over the top. Yeah.
There's no design. There's no structure. I mean, we say it all the time. There's no style of play. You saw today, again, we're saying it. The Spurs are the B team, whatever. and they looked like they had the clear instructions, clear design, how to get into the final third. And you saw that perfectly with the second goal from the goalkeeper straight to our goal. It was beautiful. Do you know what I mean? 2 or 3 or 3 or 4 passes. And it's something that whenever you see Garnacho get on the ball, he looks alone. I'm always looking at players and I'm thinking like, who is his options? It always looks like it's off the cuff. It's a random idea. It's a random thought. Do you know what I mean? It's not anything that's been designed. Man. Say again, Traps.
Individual brilliance. That's what it's relying on.
Yeah. Well, that's what he's relying upon. So if these players aren't being guided and aren't being taught and aren't being, given these instructions like you see with the top managers all around the country now, I mean, it's down. It's on Ten Hag, isn't it? We just say it over and over again. This man's got to go, and hopefully Sir Jim Ratcliffe's there watching, and his first game at Old Trafford, and he's hearing the silence. Do you know what I mean? The atmosphere, it was just dull. Usually you hear it up. At least when it's 2-2, 65, 70 minutes, you're expecting, the fans to get behind the players. There was none of that. It was just dejected. Do you know what I mean? Everyone knew what was happening. They knew there's no kind of feeling of inspiration where we're going to score. We've got opportunity to score. It's just a case of let's hope, we somehow stay in a game against Spurs' second team. Like, what have we become? Do you know what I mean? It's madness. And
it's getting not even Ollie levels now, because I think Ollie was saved.
I miss Ollie.
He was saved by the fact he was a legend.
Not bad it is.
This is Moyes level now. This is where we're at.
Moyes level.
Being at the ground, the last few weeks, last few games. Apart from you take Villa out of it, the apathy around Old Trafford is mental. Like we say a lot. We said a lot, Saeed. Last season, the good feeling. We was getting to the stadium early. We were sitting around chatting. Everyone was buzzing. The feeling was there. Bro, I rock up 5 minutes again before the game starts. I have no interest in talking. I have no interest in engaging, and because the conversations we're having. The conversations we're having right now is how bad this football. And we know the cancer runs deep. We know it's dead. We know the owners have absolutely killed any positivity in this club, and they do it year in, year out. But the only hope we have is the football and the players. And when the manager can't get a tune out of him, when the players can't play, and it's all fucked. The only person that's gonna fall victim to it is the manager. He's the only one that can solve any issues, and he can't do it. And I've just been saying then to Ty on Trafford Tunnel. Yesterday I was trying to watch the City game, and 2 people were already on with Discovery Plus, the cheeky bastards. So I had to watch a bit of the bloody Dortmund game, which I did want to do because of him. But I was just saying to myself, I'll just scout Marlon, right? I'll just watch it and scout a bit of Marlon. That's fine. He's shit, by the way. But at the start of it, they were saying about Dortmund have just brought back, is it Bender and Sahin as coaches to try and lift the mood of the club. Now, I'm not saying I want Ten Hag to stay. I'm not saying, but can we not do something like that? The coaching is shit at Manchester.
You're basically saying try something. I hear you. Try something. Anything. Yeah, I hear you.
But he's the ultimate guy, though. But the thing is, Double A, he's the ultimate guy that makes the decisions. He's the ultimate guy that makes them substitutions. Like he's a lot of it is coming down to him. Like we don't see Steve McCarron coming out and putting a few tactics together. Have you noticed? They don't come out. You see with other coaches, right? Their other assistants come out and dictate style of play, and they say, do this, do. Have you noticed it's Ten Hag all the time? He's a dictator, man. He's come here and he's saying, McTominay's coming on, Anthony's coming on, these substitutions are coming on.
You know why the coaches don't do that? Because they know he's shit too. They're like, all right, there's no point. Let me just chill. That's what it is. You know what it's like. We've all worked.
You have to think about it like
we've all worked at places where we know the manager's bad. We've all worked at places. Yeah. You're like, this guy is a clown. Don't know what he's doing.
But you know what it is though? Big up, by the way, big up to Sheik said, big up Legends, First Half FC, mid-table club. Look at our next fixtures. It's only going to get worse. Imagine their first Excel. Shout out to Sarkland City. Big up to you. And Adam, big up to Adam as well. Yeah, man. Big up to Sheik always, man. We rely on individual brilliance from dead players. Imagine that. Big up, brothers. But that's the thing as well, man. Like, me, by the way, Rashford cannot fool me. Man's trying to hush everyone up, saying all of this.
Yeah, doing all
that. You're a joke, man. Mate,
Maguire 2.0. Maguire 2.0.
Yeah, man.
Get out of
Listen,
here.
brother, listen. Let me tell you something, Rashford, yeah?
Dickhead.
You know why we're doing that? Because your goals cannot hide your performances, my friend. Yeah, you got a good goal. Nice finish. I'll give you that. But, mate, you still stank out the gaff, mate. And that's why I'm not taking any of that, mate. Yeah? I'm not taking any of that.
Bro, the
biggest
insult you can give him, yeah. Manchester United are trying to win a game. 10 minutes to go, he gets dragged off for an underperforming Anthony. If that's not a slap in the face, a kick in the balls to say you are not the guy I trust to be a winner, nothing else.
And I see the stat. Someone said it's his first goal at Old Trafford in 7 months. Is that right?
16 hours.
7 months. 16 hours, yeah.
Oh,
And he's shushed the crowd.
He stinks.
Bro, he's telling you, oh, keep talking. He's saying, broski,
that-
we're
Yeah,
actually
we
trying to
started.
tell you. Yeah, man, we're trying to be honest here. You know what I'm saying? But listen, Leon, chat to us, man. What are you saying, man? What did you think of that, man? And just in general, man. What's your overall thoughts, man, of United?
Yo, there's no passion, there's no desire, there's nothing, man. There's nothing, man. You know what I mean? I think yeah, it's the same old shit, really, innit? Do you know what I mean? Double A, you nearly killed me there, man. You made me laugh when you were saying about don't shush us, mate. Fuck off, dickhead. Do you know what I mean? So I was dying on that, innit? But no, it's expected now, innit? It's expected. I think we got to be really careful because I don't want to take this conversation too much about Sancho's just gone to Dortmund, but we got to be careful with how much accountability we're putting on these players, because the guy that's leading the players, the longer this thing goes on now, yeah, the more I'm starting to look into things and saying it's not adding up what we think we're being told. I think that these players can't be playing for this manager. There's no way. Like there's no default setting. Mandem are saying they're ill and not trying to play. Yeah, I just think regardless of what everybody else thinks about who we should bring in, whether we're going to get better results and blah blah blah, I think it's time to just get him out the door, because there's nothing that we're seeing for a huge sample size now. I think Rance was talking about it with Musa the other day, and it's like this has been a good year of rubbish football every week. Now, if you add up how many 90 minutes that is and how many training sessions that is, it's shocking. Do you know what I mean? I mean, do you lot? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to say. I can't grips onto anything. I can't grips onto any players developing. I can't grips onto us maybe being unlucky in games. I can't grips anything whatsoever. And Saeed, I always say this, bro. I feel for you because you're going there in the cold and watching it, man. You know what I mean, you said to me this season,
yeah, double A,
that Leslie,
man.
You said Leslie don't leave and she's leaving games. So that says it all.
Yeah, literally, she thought about it today as well. You know what I mean? And it's just one of them where I feel like the belief is one thing as well. The fans have just lost belief. Like, you don't know if you're going to score nowadays. The build, it's all based on the counter-attack. Everything that we do right now, there's no build-up play. It's just literally like hoofball and that's it. And that's where, for me, when people say to me, oh, but he needs players, I'm like, it's not about the players. I'm sorry. It's about the style and the substance. What is it? What are you getting out of it? And when you say win one game, you then lose the next game. We are mid-table, guys. The table does not lie. This table does not lie. We are
Saeed, it's not
mid-table.
It's not a good season as well. That's how bad it is. It's not a good season. Like if you had any sort of competence and you could get on any run of form, the top four is wide open for any team with consistency. It's not a good season. Like,
more so than last season.
Yeah.
The thing, I want to know who's making the decisions, right? Because even things like the start of the season, you let Alvaro Fernandez go on loan.
Great example.
You get Reguilon in, yeah. He barely plays. You send him on his way. Then you just, I think, has he been sold now, Fernandez?
A loan with an option to buy in.
Oh, he's been loaned with an option to buy.
Yeah.
And then we have Aaron Wan-Bissaka at left back today.
It's
like who made this decision? Who makes these decisions? Because I mean, I'm sure was there not some kind of buyback as well, putting something somewhere one of these players or something?
So, you know.
No,
I don't know with Alvaro Fernandez.
First refusal if they look
First refusal.
Yeah.
First refusal.
That's definitely board level though. The fact that you go back to James Garner being sold. This and you look at Hannibal now and Palistri looks like Alanga. Palistri looks like he's on his way. United are so fucked and so broke and so incapable of shifting dead wood. We have to move on young players. Whether them young players are good enough to play in the team or not. Urado as well was another player gone this summer. For peanuts as well, you have to look at it.
Yeah.
Like, Chelsea can go sell Lewis Hall for 35 million. We're selling Alvaro Fernandez, 2 million loan fee, and then 6 million potential buy. It's fucking scandalous. And it can only come down to board level. That is not Ten Hag signing off on that. I am sorry. Like, that is because we can't afford, last season we couldn't afford 18 million. Was it 18 million they got Gakpo for Liverpool? We can't get fucking Garasai for 15 million this January. Like, it's board level because we're skint. And you people licking Jim Ratcliffe's bumhole thinking his 300 million is going to do anything at all are fucking dreaming. Honestly, you are dreaming. This club, we are fucked. And I don't trust anything to come good of it.
Double A, can I ask you something? Do you think that they're looking at it and they're going, because usually their minimum is they want to make top 4 to make money. They know that, innit? They just want to do it.
Yeah.
I think they're looking at it and they're going, there's no way we're making top 4. So we're going to sell off the academy because we know we haven't got to pay. You don't pay any. You just make the full bread. Do you think that's what they're looking at?
True. That's true.
All of a sudden,
that's full profit.
We've got this weak squad,
yeah.
And in the last 2 seasons, we've got 0 academy. Like people who don't watch United turn around to me and go, "Why don't you play younger players?" I'm like, bro, there's nothing left.
Nothing
there.
Yeah. And if they're too young. Shea Lacey and them guys.
We've got decent under 18s. Under 18s top of the league, and the under 18s doing well, but it's too young. It's too many years until they'll be integrated.
Yeah.
So what do we think then? Do we think that they've gone? We're not making top 4, so we need to make our money anyway, and we'll get these guys out the door.
Do you know another thing that I've seen as well? Yeah, obviously, like Benzema's people are talking about Benzema and that. Yeah, but these are the same man that were talking about. I've seen a lot of people. I've seen a lot of things. People talking about Benzema this, Benzema that. But hold on a second. This was the same. But this was the same. Well, not all of them, but some of these people that I've seen. There's the same people that were saying that. It's the club before the players and that. But ain't Benzema just fucked off El Attiyah? Is he not just fucked them off or something?
Yeah, he's not turning up for training.
So hold
he's
on
not turning for training.
So since I'm trying to say, man, don't want a man that's fucking off a club, but certain man that's in the club not doing certain things. Or apparently not doing certain things, but it's okay for some people to do it. But that's what I'm trying to say. It's like I don't know what the structure is here. And I don't know what people even want out of this. But at the end of the day, like I wouldn't mind a clear out. I mean a proper clear out. I'm like try and get some I'm talking like Luke Shaw, looking at getting rid of Luke Shaw, looking at getting rid of Bruno. Looking at getting rid of these man,
Maguire,
looking at replacements for all of these man. Do you know what I
mean? By the way, Luke Shaw. Let me tell you something about Luke Shaw. Are we gonna have the same energy for Luke Shaw today? Because apparently he told Ten Hag he wasn't ready today. But if that was any other player, we would have had a different conversation. So again, another one that we always want to cut it up and say, but Luke Shaw's good. When he's fit, he's good. But how about he's a liability and he's never fit? And he's another one that's on big contract that's never available.
Because you know what's crazy about that? You know what's crazy about that? People will talk about, you know what I'm saying, Varane's availability, but won't talk about Luke Shaw's availability.
Exactly.
Well, Varane's only been injured for 4 games this season.
Hey, exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
And there's levels between them. Luke Shaw is nowhere near Raphael Varane. But hey, agendas.
One good game in the new camp and everyone's fucking.
But here's the other uncomfortable conversation we don't want to have, yeah? Luke Shaw's injury record is up there with Martial's, but he doesn't get half the stick that Martial had. Do you know what I mean? Martial has contributed more in his time at United, way more in his time at United than Luke Shaw ever has and probably ever will. But people don't want to have that conversation. Do you know what I mean? Because Martial's a forward and we're driven by the way he's injured. When you actually go look at him, I watched his comp the other day, yeah? The guy's unreal, bro. The guy's unreal.
Is he even with the Martial argument?
Martial's French and also,
Exactly,
yeah. But
you see with the Martial argument though, is that you're running around selling all these young players. But this is what I was telling you the other day about. It's just 6 months. Like it's just 6 months. Like it's fine. But you go and sell some of these young players who Ten Hag could probably instruct to do a job for him, rather than getting people like Martial out the club. Whether Martial's good or not, it's time for him to move on. It don't matter. Like, it don't matter if he's good or not.
Shall I take the bench? Shall I take the bench today? Shall I take the bench today, yeah, Mandem, yeah? This is the bench we had today.
Did he have two keepers?
Sandro Martinez, Anthony, Scott McTominay. He only used 3, by the way. We had Bayendin, we had Casemiro, we had Tom Heaton, Facundo Palestri, Willie Kambala, and Omari Folson. So there's no Mason Mount, there's no Luke Shaw, there's no... Who else is available? Maguire's not available. Who else is not available? Lindelof. But honestly, in terms of attacking-wise, there's not a lot of great... Ahmad is still ill. Amrabat, yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Ahmad, I don't know. He didn't really explain Ahmad's reason for not being available. I don't know if he's still ill, but this mysterious illness is a bit of a mad one. But for me, bringing up McTominay,
these players might be saying they're just ill and that, just to just fuck him off. Like, nah, man.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know.
Yeah. They're probably out ill because we're pig watching this shit.
But you say Ash said that last week, or I think it was a couple of weeks ago, about the amount of players who have been ill.
Flawless. Look what happened after the Sancho move. You got Benny McCarthy liking Sancho's tweets. You got Rashford. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, did Benny McCarthy like his tweets?
Did you not see that?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? He's got hearts on the Sanchos and all that. Like, what do you think Ten Hag's thinking? Ten Hag's player is underperforming. His coach is underperforming, and they're backing the man who's just like trying to fuck off Ten Hag. Do you know what I mean? Like, what messages are they sending?
I was on a stream earlier, yeah, and with Deji Spurs, big up Deji Spurs, yeah, and Cass as well. Cass, you know what Cass said? Cass said if Ten Hag was at Spurs, he would probably, with what they got going on over there, he would probably cook. I'm thinking, bruv, have you looked at the state of what this guy does, bruv? Like, if he was at Spurs, yeah, he would have Son eating his lunch in the car park, mate. Yeah, like, it's not a joke.
Spurs will give him a job because he's got no personality.
Spurs would have sacked him.
He went for a job.
Normal club would have sacked him.
He said no, so he never would have got through the door.
I'll be honest with you, yeah. He wouldn't go for that job as he would. Well, he tried to go for it, but he wouldn't last 5 minutes.
He tried to go for it.
You know what he'd be doing? He'd be moaning about, I can't get all my players. You're not giving me enough money. Do you know what I mean? He'd be moaning.
But he's been rattled though. Have you not seen it? Have you not seen the comment? But him and Sancho are having some war of like subliminals at the minute. Yeah, and it's like all the little things. I see Sancho doing little things. Like, obviously, I see him on the bike with the apologies and that. I see him on the I see him saying certain things like, I've got my own personal goals, but I'm not going to speak about them yet, and things like that. And it's like, and he said, "Oh, Sancho's time on a whole at this club it's not good." But I mean,
he wasn't here for it. He was only here for the end of it. What's the other one?
But he's starting Anthony. But Anthony's playing all the games. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's going on?
Got to do with you not
nah, but Anthony, you don't trust Anthony anymore.
Yeah, Trap, say that again.
Yeah.
I just think, look, like I said, this is not new to, like, when I say it's not new to me, this is nothing more than what I expect, like, from this guy, because at the end of the day, yeah, like, I told you this, man, probably about 2 months ago. You wake up, you make a lot of decisions on a day-to-day basis, yeah. If you can't look at this situation and see exactly who's at fault here, then you need to go see a doctor, because this is what it is. Like, the guy he's not who you thought he was. Yeah, he's a fraud. Like, this is above his level. Yeah, he is someone who you can give a bunch of. He could go to Wolves and do a job or something like that, maybe. But here, amongst these players, especially with certain players, because they're gonna have no respect for you. When you're walking into a thing and there's 5 Champions Leagues and even the lowest of the low players, like, we're talking like, not even, I wouldn't say lowest of the low, but people like, say for instance, Rashford, academy players, they got Europa Leagues and a couple of FA Cups and League Cups. They've been to finals here and there. You ain't really got no chat for them with your flipping silver dishes, 4 silver dishes in your hand and that. Like, no one cares about all of that, bro. You know what I mean? So for me, I think.
No, but the thing is, though, you know what is the traps here? What he did at Ajax is irrelevant to me. I can't lie to you guys, yeah? What he did at Ajax to me is irrelevant. When he's come to the football club right now and shown no credentials. I don't know this Ange guy. I've hardly watched Celtic play football. I genuinely haven't. When he was at Celtic, I barely watched Scottish football. So I have no clue what I'm seeing. But I see a manager who has better principles than Eric Ten Hag. I'm sorry. Ange Postecoglou, for me, has better principles than Eric Ten Hag. Like probably most of the managers in the Premier League. I've seen Areola dominate him. I've seen so many teams here dominate this manager. And yet, listen, don't get me wrong. He may win against Unai Emery. And we could say, you know what, hold that Unai Emery. But the ultimate line is here, guys, is that this football club and where we go in tonight, it's not sustainable. It's not. There's literally no direction as to where his method is going. Like, you cannot tell me that's the future where we're going at right now. And certain players, when we're added, will go somewhere. You can't. Nobody can fool me to say you can't see it.
We go into the valley of the shadow of death. That's where we are our way to.
I'll be honest, like,
for real.
I said to you guys that I would take Unai Emery, and obviously I got laughed out the stream and that, you know what I'm saying?
Good.
But
you know what, Traps, you're my guy, but good. I'm glad.
Yeah, but
you know
I mean, I've actually thought about it and I've changed my mind. Like, I personally, I'd take Carrick, mate. I'd fully take Carrick.
Oh, hold on a minute.
I'd take Carrick.
Or as interim.
I'd take him as a manager, mate.
That's how bad it is, though, boys. Do you know what I mean? That's how bad it is that we're looking at Carrick. Do you know what I mean?
Do you want to know why?
No, relax. Traps, you've lost your head.
You say this, right? Because, like I said, I wouldn't say I'd take Carrick on his ones. But obviously, with what's going on and with all this, if it goes in my head how it's supposed to go, like i.e. directors of football, this, that, and the third coming in, I would take Michael Carrick, because I was listening to Jose Mourinho say something about Alonso. Alonso's been under good coaches. He's won this, that, and the other. His dad was a coach. That's why he's a good coach. And I feel like Michael Carrick's got similar characteristics. And we've seen what Michael Carrick can do as well. When I know it's only 3 games, but I think one of them games that he dropped Ronaldo for one of them games, and he just got the job done at the end of the day. So I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, Traps, yeah. My thing is, yeah, I don't want another legend, by the way, dying at Man United as well, but because I had serious issues.
When I say names, you don't laugh at names, but realistically,
no, for me, I was thinking.
Surely the bar has to be higher to take the Manchester United managerial point. Why is it so? No, it is for you, Traps, because you're suggesting it. I'm saying your bar should be higher.
Yeah.
What has Carrick done? What has Carrick? Wait, hold on.
My bar should be higher, yeah?
Yes.
And it's obviously I'll take Hansi Flick or whatever. But in reality, if I'm Hansi Flick, I'm not even answering the phone to no one.
Okay, but forget Flick. Flick's just one name. The point that I'm making is forget names, Traps. I'm talking about actually I've done something in the game. What has Carrick done to warrant the job? Even the guy who's at Sport, I can't pronounce his name, the Don who's at Sport. That makes more sense. He's actually done something in the game. The guy who's at Sporting, I can't pronounce his name.
Amarin.
And what did he do?
Ruben Amarin.
He's won.
They paid 20 million to get him.
What did he do?
He won the sport.
He won the league first time for Sporting in 18 years. Do you know what I mean?
He won
Revolutionised that club. Do you know what I mean? So
he won.
completely
done
turned
something
them around.
of note is the point that I'm making.
He's the next big manager of world football.
Surely to manage Manchester United, you must have won something somewhere in Europe.
I don't know. Not necessarily. Listen, I think.
Okay, so here's my thing to this: name a manager that's been successful at any of the big. So we'll throw City in the mix because they're new. United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs. Well, not Spurs, but the rest of them. Name a manager who's been successful in the modern day era who hasn't won a trophy before they had got there. Name who?
No, but that's not my point. I 100% get that. That's not. There isn't a manager. But my point is, I think what Traps is trying to say is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Traps, is. We need, before we even forget all this winning and dominating and there's a level before that, where you can get consistently. I believe right now, a basic manager can do the basics within this team and could probably push and maybe get us top 4 or close to top 4 this season, because the league standard has dropped and basics within the squad that we've got will get us better results, e.g. scoring more goals, the right 2 in midfield, as we always talk about. And even recently, I've been seeing people on streams talking about you can't play 3 reckless up front. At the moment, he just plays whoever he wants up front. You got to play 2 competent players and 1 loon head up front. But he seems to be playing. As soon as I seen the lineup today, I knew for a fact we wasn't going to do well in this game, because when you start playing Garnacho, Rashford, and Bruno out of the 4 up front, it's not. We've seen it all for like the last year. So I think Traps, correct me if I'm wrong. You're saying that you're saying the words like Carrick and stuff because you believe basic guys or guys that can just coach at a basic level.
I don't know Carrick's capabilities because obviously he's on his journey at the minute, right? But I just think for where this club's at, I know he understands the principles of playing for Manchester United. He understands how to do the basics, like you say. He understands that. Obviously,
we don't need basics, my bro. We don't need basics.
We haven't even got basics now.
Lampard, Gerrard,
yes, we do. We need basics, bro. We need basics.
We need basics and more, though. Standard, it's not just basics.
No. We're not saying it's the standard. We're just saying that we need to take that level before we go to...
Listen.
Yeah, but you don't
right now,
you don't need to start a Carrick.
I hear
that. Like you have a problem. You have to treat the problem first, yeah?
Yes.
You have to treat the problem first. You have to heal, yeah? And then you can grow. You understand?
Yes, absolutely.
So right now, I'm saying, look, I'm not saying to him sign him on a 4-year deal, this and that. Couple years, 2 years, 18 months or something like that. Yeah, get him in there just to say, look, this is how we want to play. This is what we want to do. Whilst everything, all the structures going on, get everything going on. Once it's all in place, how do we want to play? Go and get the manager that will allow us to play in the way we want us to play better. But because what you're gonna do, if you get a manager that's coming in here, how much money is he getting to spend? How much authorization is he getting? How many players can he get rid of? Do you understand? So. Like I'm seeing today, today some dodgy defending at set pieces in that, bro. How can that not be taught?
That can be taught 110%. I'm just saying Carrick can offer like Carrick can offer like this.
See that there? That is basic, bro.
Agreed.
That's basic.
Yeah.
I agree with you. The basic. So before we start thinking about this, that, and the other, like me personally, I'd love a Zidane to rock up or someone to say, yeah, I'm gonna handle this. But in reality, look up that you said the table don't lie, bro. Look up where we are in the table, bro. This is like we're talking Roy Hodgson. We're talking flipping. I don't even know, like flipping like big. No, I wouldn't say Big Sam. We're talking like flipping. What's his name? What's the one?
Sean Dyche.
Sean Dyche.
But
David,
I hate
bro.
We do need a manager who comes in and does the basics, but that's within any competent manager is going to do that. I'm just saying Carrick is horrific because he has zero credentials for this job.
All right,
there's a better ex-United coach doing better in the same league as Carrick and Kieran McKenna. Go and get Kieran.
And he's zero credentials. Why are we picking a manager from the Championship?
Yeah, no, I hear that. Can I tell you what I want? Can I tell you what I want? Can I tell you what I want? I want an Ange style person. I want someone we've not heard of. I want these guys who are coming in maybe to scout somebody who's hungry from another league and comes and proves himself at United. Because I don't want somebody who's affected by ex-manager, ex-player. I don't want somebody who we think can step up. Like, no disrespect, like De Zerbi and Potter might be able to get us to the next level. But why don't we just try someone new that's hungry? Because Ange was a breath of fresh air coming into the Prem. And what he does is he does the fundamentals. Well, Tottenham, man, if anyone was going to win that game today, it was going to be Tottenham. They were bopping it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that last ball that Romero played into, was it Bentancur in midfield? Towards the end of the game, that summed up the desire from them, and that's basics. You know what I mean? So I'm not
gonna lie though. I would have hanged my hat on McTominay to score that winner. You know, I would have hanged my hat on it. I thought you had it on you.
So did Ten Hag. That's why you had one.
You know what?
Do you know when I saw it? You see when I saw it, I said, this is what he wants. Because you remember when I left the stream last? I said, Man United 4-0. Scott McTominay brace. Rasmus brace.
Wait. Did you put it on your bet? Because you said you were going to slap it on your bet, the brace.
No, I hope you didn't.
But Leon, you're right. When I say that, when you're in regards to manager, bring me someone who's new. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that. Bring me someone who's new, but has at least won something, at least been under the pressure of winning something. You can't be at Manchester United and been under no pressure.
As well, just before you come in, Saeed, I want the same with the players. I want players that we've not heard of before. I want players that are the right profile. I don't want everybody that we knew. I don't want it.
I want fucking Mason Mount. Yeah,
because it's low risk. Let's be honest.
No, hold on a minute. Mason Mount's the reason why we've transformed the season. Hold on a minute, guys. I'm hearing Mason Mount. No, but I'm seriously. I'm hearing Mason Mount's going to transform us. You know what I mean? Wait till Maguire gets back. Wait till Shaw gets back. You know what I mean? Wait till this and that's happening. I'm sorry, man. I just witnessed today, Skip and Højbjerg laughing at training ground stuff in our stadium. That's what I seen today, man. So I'm sorry, man. If that's the standard right now, then for me, just end the season, man. The season's already done now. Sack him now. We've got no game for 2 weeks here. And what are we going to really see against Wolves that we don't know of already? What are we going to see, guys? I'm sorry, now. You're not going to see anything different.
Yeah, more of the
He
same.
needs to hold. He needs to hold a proper beating. He needs to hold a proper minnow beat down. I'm talking Newport, Eastleigh beat down. And then,
we've had them beat downs with Bournemouth, with Liverpool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've had them beat downs in East
But he needs a proper, like a proper beat down. Like I'm talking a demolition.
MK Dons LVG with 4-0.
Yeah, just proper
7-0.
giant killing,
We've had
man.
7-0.
Newport just ripping man apart. Just playing out from the back.
But the thing is, though, why should it get to that level though, where Newport beat us? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think it might come. The only way it's going to come this season, I think, before the summer, is if and when top 4 Champions League is mathematically impossible. Similar to mine.
It is impossible.
Once it gets, I think it is. Once it gets to that
a clause in the contract kind of thing, double A. Like there's a clause in the contract saying we can release you for a little bit cheaper than we would have if you still had an opportunity to still be in the Champions League.
Potentially, but Moyes didn't have that, did he? And once it was mathematically possible, he sacked him. I think it'll be the exact same thing because I don't think. Listen, we know how important European football is to this team, this club, especially Champions League, because 2 years out of it is drop 20 million, 25 million.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, Manchester United in the Europa Conference, is a disgrace.
Awful that.
Yeah? Maybe that's what we need, though. Maybe we need to be disgraced and we need to be shown.
No, don't get me wrong. You get what you deserve in this league, innit? You get what you deserve.
Trips.
Exactly.
But I'm telling you now, when you got to go away to Hapoel Tel Aviv, just know, that this all could have been stopped months beforehand.
But we don't get to. I don't think, like I said before, what you don't want is Ineos's first major decision to be replacing Ten Hag with someone who's going to get us Champions League. Because
let me ask you a question, Can I ask you a question, Who in that top 5, is going to drastically have a bad season from now? Can anyone tell me who's going to drastically out of the top 5?
Villa could fall off out of the 5. It'd have to be Villa.
No, but I'm talking about
Arsenal are already on the collapse. Look at them losses there. 3 losses in 5.
What are you saying? Who's going to drop right out of that? Right down.
Who's drastically going to drop out of that top 5 and basically throw the season away? Who's going to do it? So Andy Tate says only maybe Villa. I'm not going to lie to you. How many points are they ahead of us?
Ah, man. Listen, you need to start putting some respect on Villa,
11 points.
11 points ahead of us.
11 points is how many losses? How many losses is 11 points? Can someone explain?
All right, Doug Ellis, chill out.
Wins and...
man. Like,
do you want to know something else? Do you know something else? Yeah. You see, if Everton didn't get a 10-point deduction, there'd be 5 points behind us.
That's crazy.
5
That's
points
crazy.
behind us.
You can get another points deduction as well tomorrow.
John Dychin.
Yeah, I mean.
Sure.
No, but this is what I'm trying to say to you guys. It's 3 losses and 2 draws. They have to lose, That is in a row as well. We're talking about they're going to be losing that in a row. And then Man United are then gaining an advantage by winning every game.
You're forgetting the most important part. United have to win all the games as well.
That's what I just said. Yeah, exactly. That's what I did say at the end. You have to win the games. Man United, we win. Say Wolves, we win. We lose to Villa. Then we got, I think, Luton after that. I think West Ham at home. You win that game. Then you lose to Luton. Then Man City come involved. It's every time it's setback. It's 1 step forward, 3 steps back.
So, you know what, as well? We've been a little bit fooled by these Aston Villa and Spurs results because these teams have played with high lines and we've been able to counter and score goals on them. Once we start playing like the Bournemouth, so the teams that are sitting a little bit more deeper and stuff like that, we can't score goals. We aren't breaking down teams. So it's not like we're going to start picking up points against these teams because we've not been picking up points against these teams. Let me just go back to the managers and the ideal manager that we want. The manager that I want is someone with charisma. You look at Ten Hag, he's just boring. He's dead. He's not inspiring anyone. You look at Pep, you look at Klopp, you look at Post, Big Ange. They've got charisma, they've got personality, they've got something about them, do you know what I mean, that inspires the player, that makes them want to play for him, do you know what I mean? I just want someone like that. No offense to Michael Carrick. I like him, legend of a player, and like what Saeed was saying, I don't want to ruin his reputation and all that. But he doesn't seem someone like, he's going to rally the troops. He's going to get man behind him, do you know what I mean? So for me, you're looking at Amorim, and I keep going on about Amorim again. the personality on him. He's mini Mourinho, but with better tactics. He's got that about him. You listen to it. Go watch his press conferences. Go watch his funny compilations and all that. The man's got something about him. You get him in now. You give him 6 months. Let him assess the squad, what he needs in the summer. Then by the time he gets to the summer, he's able to go and purchase the guys that he wants. Maybe bring in a few players from Sporting, whatever. Whereas if you bring in someone in the summer, they're going to go, well, I don't know what I'm looking at now. I need 6 months to kind of see what I'm looking at. And maybe in January we'll start signing players. So we're just postponing things over and over again. We need to do it now. We need to get it done now.
Like you plan now and get the, like I said this last week, if we get the structure in place now, the director of football, sporting director, CEO, whoever the fuck it is that we're getting, and then you start to plan if it's with Ten Hag or without Ten Hag, and you get.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, like we did it with. I said we did it with Van Gaal, but let's not forget that Fergie went over to New York a year before he retired to go and speak to Pep and tried to tap up Pep in a fucking restaurant, and he pretended he didn't understand English. So
and we went for Klopp as well.
But yeah,
then he went for Moyes.
Yeah,
Moyes, just gave it to his Scottish brethren, man. Yeah, I'm saying, gave it to his brethren, man.
That's where it started all this job for the boy shit. But
I listen, man.
We can still plan for the summer. We can still plan for the summer now without having to.
Bring it interim. You got to bring it interim to the end of the season. The season's already done.
Season's already done as interim.
No, but I think. Do you know what it is right now, guys? It's a pivotal point. Like obviously, a lot of us right now have said the season is a write-off. But if you bring in a young, hungry interim now, or somebody who you think potentially could be the manager who agrees to prove to me in 6 months what you can do, and you'll get this job, you'll get a 2-year contract. We're still in the FA Cup, so he can come in. What we need right now is we need the basics, someone who can coach the charisma, like Ash was saying. But we need someone that can bring vibes, because a little bit of vibes here right now, a little bit of a. I know it sounds mad, but a little sprinkle, a little bit of Ollie right now. We could maybe go somewhere in the FA Cup. I'm not saying win it. And we could maybe push towards the top 4, and then that manager gets enough where they're like, you know what, you pushed up the table, you went on a cup run, but right now it's going to go so bad with this guy. You know, we're not going to go.
We said when he got the social, run it back.
Yeah, I'll sprinkle that. No. But you know what? You know what's mad? Saeed put up the stats there. Yeah? Look how damning the things are. Yeah, 21 games, we lose 9 times. I think it said we scored 24 goals there, Saeed, with a minus goal difference. 24 goals, and we're in January, bro.
Can I ask you all a question? Can I ask you all a question?
How many conceded?
And what Ash said before about the high line, we only play well with teams in space. We haven't deserved to win all the games we've won this season. I keep saying this on the streams. We have not deserved all the games. So we could have lost more than we won.
Last season, we haven't deserved them. We had to have Rashford on a madness. Do you know what I mean? Saving Ten Hag. You know, when we actually look at it, when you go back and analyse it, was only Rashford being on a madness last season that's kept him in a job, really, you know, up until now. So he's hoping and praying.
Serious question to all of you is there any manager in the league that you wouldn't have over Ten Hag? Like,
wouldn't have.
Genuine question.
Sean Dyche, any board.
But yeah,
that's about it, really.
Look how he's turned them around. Like even after,
I just want to start the play.
I wouldn't take Nuno either. I can't gonna lie, I wouldn't.
Yeah, Nuno.
But it is.
Well, you take De Zerbi, you take even at this point, you take Gary O'Neill as an interim. The way
Gary O'Neill would do that.
Marco Silva.
I swear down.
Marco Silva at Fulham.
Better manager. Sorry.
Hey, listen, yeah, I gotta go anyway. But listen,
Brentford boy as well.
I gotta go, but in the famous words of Andy Tate, give it Giggsy to the end of the season, man.
Listen. We got too many cases on our hands, man. You know, we don't need another one.
We don't need another case.
Listen, people say Graham Potter. It could be Graham Potter. I'm not gonna lie to you. It could be Graham Potter. You know what I'm saying?
He couldn't handle Chelsea, and our dressing room is far more toxic than theirs is.
You know what it is, Ash?
Potter succeeded in a structure, didn't he?
You just don't. You don't know. I'm not going to judge the Potter thing. I'm not saying he's the guy. I'm not saying a lot of people turn around to me when I say it. I was having a debate with my brethren who's a doorman the other day, and he's like, "Nah, bro, I'm not having it. Don't want the Potter thing, rare." But I just don't judge the manager based on he did bad at that place and he'll do really bad at us, because, like, you just don't know how the players are going to respond to him. He might be able to manage these. I'm not saying win mad things, but you just never know, bro. You just never know he could do something.
True. It's just uninspiring, and I think
I know what you mean.
Yeah, but he's pretty plain. He's ready to structure, hasn't he? Yeah. He's needed a structure behind him. You saw when he went to Chelsea, he had no structure. It was random and completely collapsed. So it showed that he needs that, you know, the men in the background, and we've not got that to provide him right now. So, you know,
Ash was talking about charisma. He only became interesting, Graham Potter, when he grew a beard. No one gave a fuck about it.
He got the trim.
Yeah, he got the trim. Yeah, he got the trim. The fade was fire though. The Fables fight.
Yeah, they look good with the fight. Do you know what I mean?
The Fables fight. Yeah.
But you know what it is,
But
though?
nah, not good
the thing
enough.
is for me though, when people say to me, you know, we had this chat. I think was it last weekend? We had this chat here about we shouldn't sack managers if we don't have a plan after. I just think always as well, sticking with what you got right now is also as dangerous as sacking him with no plan. It's equally dangerous because right now the team is lacking any inspiration. When I look at Ten Hag on a touchline, man, and listen, I just don't really speak on a touchline here, but you can. You know, it just feels like to me, like, you know, when they say, like, you know, your expressions tells a thousand words, like his demeanor, the way he is, like he demands that. Like he don't celebrate when they've won or whatever. He just kind of like his demeanor. You can tell the boys are playing for them. When I look at Ten Hag, I just look at him, I think, uninspiring, man. I don't see a guy who's got a plan. When he brings up McTominay, he has a chat with McTominay for about 5-10 minutes. And I'm like, maybe he's got something cooking. You know, maybe he's got some sort of tactics. McTominay did nothing. I wonder what McTominay's numbers are, by the way, in terms of his passing and his stats and whatnot, yeah. But
they were actually pretty decent, you know, side. It was 10 out of 11 passes, but he had something like 16 touches. That was it.
It doesn't tell you what passes
listen, that's why where stats can deceive you. Do you know what I mean? Because you're using your eyes, you look at him, he's doing nothing, but the stats are saying so.
Someone was trying to give it to me after the Wigan game, going, yeah, but he had 96% pass completion. He made 30 passes in 90 minutes. Like, stop trying to force this guy down our throat. He is fucking shit. And that's but
listen to this. Eriksen had 20 touches all game. 20 touches from the midfield. That's madness.
Eriksen,
I said in the group chat, we need to speak about him. He's done. He's finished.
You know what it is, Double A? You know what it is? He needs to be in the 10. He needs to be in the 10 because
I said it already. They don't listen to me. Eriksen is a 10. Why do we keep playing him in this deep line playmaker role? He's a 10.
Mount,
what are we doing?
10, don't play in there. Eriksen, 10, don't play in there. Go far back.
He's doing.
Best 10 in the Premier League when we bought him. Played him on the right.
He ain't got the legs anymore. He ain't got the legs, man. You're playing him in this. You know what's well, yeah? They were targeting that side, yeah, where Eriksen was. I think he was on the left of the three, yeah. They had Pedro Porro, Bentancur, Romero. They had triangles. And every single time they played, and you got Rashford, who's lazy as fuck as well, yeah. So he don't track back, yeah. So you got that side there. No, but it's true, though. They had that side there.
The way you said it just took me out.
Yeah.
It caught me out. That's why. He's just lazy as fuck.
You know what I mean? By the way, David Ornstein, Sevilla have agreed Man United to sign Hannibal Managerial loan. They don't expect it to have a buy option, 20 million euros add-ons, fixed buyback clause, 20-year-old traveling to medical. Listen, I'll take that 20 million, man. 20 million.
It should do well over
there.
You know he's coming back in the summer, don't you?
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's going to be another Martial. He's coming back.
Another Martial, yeah. That's crazy. But good luck to him, man. Good luck to Hannibal. My thing is, yeah, guys, yeah. Like that idea that Eriksen is this now deep lying playmaker, yeah, and the fact that I felt sorry for Mino as well because Mino didn't really have a great game in my own opinion, yeah. But I felt like Bruno as well is all the way over there, so he's almost like a striker, Bruno Fernandes, because he's pressing from the front. So you got them two there around about, and you got, by the way, you got Udogie and Pedro Porro who play as inverted fullbacks. So what they do is they go into midfield and they are basically extra bodies. Because we don't have Wan-Bissaka doing that because he's useless on the ball. You know what I mean? And Dalot, to be fair, tries, but listen, it is what it is. But I feel like for me, like this idea that keep trying Eriksen, and in a game where he just came back as well, and you wanted him to go in that game with intensity, I just felt it was a mismatch.
How many indicators we had this season that he doesn't know what he's doing? Do you know what I mean? We're getting indicators showing that Ten Hag has no idea what he's doing.
Well, actually, here's the thing as well.
He's winging it.
Sorry to interrupt. Here's the thing as well, yeah.
Yeah, no.
You look at the replay of when Mino got caught out, yeah, and it's so basic. Why are you playing a single six? It's the same thing for the last year.
An 18-year-old as well, game after game.
Just put one person next to him, and then when you attack, let one of them go, maybe Mino because he's better on the ball. And when you defend both, you stay there. It's basic. This is what I'm saying about basic managers would do basic things.
But Leon, we shouldn't let him go because there's no plan and there's no one else who we can get after him. Shoppingness. You know what I'm saying? I can put together a plan. I've said it many a times on many live streams. It's not difficult.
Yo, Flawless, give me a relationship one because you usually slap these one. It's like the Gelder. Yeah, just drop
like I said it earlier before, like you jumped on like the relationship's not working. So all right, so you get rid of one girl and then you get with another girl, and then because it's not working with your new one, you go back to the old one. Foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Kind of rubbish is that? Or even better still, even a better one was more accurate to this. Stay in a relationship because you don't have anybody else. That's what it is.
No, I got one. I got one.
Go
Yeah,
on.
you stay in a relationship, but she's lying all the time, like 10 August. Do you know what I mean? And then you just like, no, she's gonna
Bro,
change.
the
You know what I'm saying?
waffle.
She's gonna change.
Listen, guys, man.
You can tell
What is
Saeed's
coming
fed
out?
up, you know. Today's
Nah,
broke.
man,
You
it's
can tell
crazy.
Saeed. By what you said,
Nah,
and
You know
the
what?
way you've got done, like lazy as fuck.
No, what we're
you know
gonna
what
have to
I'm
do.
saying?
We're gonna have to
Pure
get in
waffle.
touch with.
You've had enough.
We're gonna have to get in touch with the
Listen,
stewards on
this is
where
Ten Hag.
Saeed sits here, and we're gonna have to just get him to send a video to us, innit? 'Cause he's
Saeed,
probably
I
just
can
sat there
tell.
like, but he had his
Today's
hands in his
broken.
pocket, sat there
Bro.
just
You
like,
know,
what is this, mate?
hold out there, look glum. He's had
Yeah.
enough. He's had it. Saeed, the floor is yours, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Let's
I
ask
just
you, man.
honestly, man, it's crazy because I feel like for me, like, you know what I mean? The way he comes out and just feels like everything's okay. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just when he comes out after press conferences, I just find him a lot of waffle, man. I don't want to hear him
What did
after
he say
press
today?
conference.
What
Like,
did he even say today? What did he say?
Yeah, it's not so
I
bad.
don't
Do you know
even
what I
know-
mean? The players played for me. I know they fight for me. All that kind of nonsense. It's like, what are we watching? How can you say I know they fight for me? Well, at least I can see they're up for the fight. It's like, what is that all you've got? Like they're asking him tactics and techniques on all that kind of stuff, and he's going, "Well, we've just got to get the ball up the field." Do you know what I mean? And then hope that one of them can be a little bit more patient and score. Like, there's no intricate detail. It's just basic stuff. And people are talking about basics. Ten Hag is basic. He's a basic Wolves manager. He's a basic Everton manager. He's a basic Fulham manager. That's it. He's not a Man United manager.
He's not Man United. He's not. Like,
You might as well,
we've
you
seen
might as
it
well
this
just come out and say kickball in goal. And that's the fucking level he's at, innit? Fucking hell, man.
Because we're not seeing anything
man.
exciting over the last 12 months, 18 months. We're not seeing anything innovative. We're not seeing any creative kind of dynamics in the final third. Even build up from the back. There's nothing special. You see some of the way Spurs were building up the ball from the back with their second string team today. It was beautiful to watch. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm watching it and I'm thinking, why can't we play with that?
I was in awe.
Bro,
Nah,
Yeah,
you know
he
what?
was,
I couldn't believe how
That's what I'm
good Pedro Porro was. The way he was inverting and just
Bro, he's quality,
Looks
man. The best
mental.
right back in the league.
consistent. He's
Him
been
and a
consistent.
goal
crosses,
kick.
Yeah.
them crosses from the corners, bro, fuck.
And
me.
Romero bringing the ball
quality
out.
right back.
How many times you see
Quality
Romero
right back.
bringing the ball back, bringing it into midfield? When's the last time you seen one of our centre backs bringing the ball into midfield? Doesn't exist. Doesn't happen because they're not trained that way.
No, but Ash, we're waiting for Maguire, man. He loves that little spray ball to the left back. We're waiting for that.
Runs 30, 40 yards and then passes it back. Okay, back to Shaw. Yeah, okay. Can't wait for that to come
But when
back.
you have that midfield, though, when you have that midfield and you know what I mean, you lack of identity. Like I think Bruno Fernandes was moaning when McTominay came on because he felt like there was no plan. I don't know if you guys seen it on the TV, but he kept moaning and he kept saying like, "What are we doing here? Like, is someone? Am I playing here? And what are you doing over there?" Because he felt like intimidating because McTominay was on the pitch, and obviously he's then going to be further forward. That means he leaves space for Milo, who's going to be on his own. You know what I mean? So in that aspect, yeah. There's still no I feel like they don't really like each other deep down on the football pitch because they're like, now you're interrupting my flow now. Every single one of them, yeah, they're all glory hunters, man. Rashford's another one. That goal, like I said to you, fair play. But for me, he's still average. Like the guy just runs into blind alleys. This Rashford guy, seriously, man. Like he just can't be asked.
He was doing it against the League One defender, weren't he? Do you know what I mean? Getting no
Wigan.
joy.
Yeah.
That's madness. That League One defender just had the better of him. Do you know what I mean? I
When
mean,
you-
what we're
when you
talking
earn-
about here.
When you earn more than all of the Wigan starting 11 put together, and they've got the beating of you, that's when you need to start looking at yourself and
Yeah,
think,
that's
am
mad.
I in the right fucking
You
sport?
know,
Never mind.
Rashford's goal today is what we want to see. We want to see give and go, but it wasn't. It didn't seem like it was on purpose. The way it was
Yeah,
like
no, it wasn't on
stumbled the way he
purpose.
did it.
Nah,
And
I
it's-
see that. I know what. He weren't. He wanted the
bait-
glory.
janky,
He
that.
wanted the glory, man.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
wanted the
Isn't it,
glory.
isn't it mad to think that if he did that consistently every game, so if he did 3 or 4 of them a game, yeah, he'd score twice the amount of goals. He'd be bringing players into the game. But simple ball, isn't it? Like you always hear coaches when you Sunday league like give and go all the time, innit?
Pass and move. That's what we was all taught when we was kids. Pass and
Yes,
move. It's
pass
no
and move.
different.
You know what it looked.
no
You know
different
what it looked like.
before.
It looked like Boss hasn't given us any kind of any way to penetrate the back line. So you know what, Will could kind of figure this shit out. Just pass the ball back to me, and do you know what I mean? Just a quick 1-2. It wasn't anything like designed on the training ground. That was just completely spur of the moment thing that scored that goal.
But again,
Individual
individuals.
brilliance. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't play for each other at all.
No.
They don't play for each other.
And
No,
after,
no.
you go back to that celebration. That for me just shows how fragile of an ego Marcus Rashford has. To act like that in front of your own fans, when let's be honest, you've done fuck over all season, 4 goals or whatever it is. to do that, like I said, Maguire 2.0, like when he scored for England, like it just shows
against Albania.
Just shows. This is what I'm saying. It wasn't the winner. It wasn't the winning goal. It didn't get us the win. It wasn't nothing like that. It was a goal in the second half, and we didn't capitalize on it. And you stunk out the gaff for that whole second half.
Oh,
you're just so weak, and I'm fed up of United housing weak mentalities and weak players. It's a cancer spreading throughout the club, and as soon as we cut them out and we get rid, the sooner we can move on and start to hope that we can not even. Like I say, it always comes back to competing and winning leagues, but just enjoying watching Manchester United play with players that give a shit, and these guys don't give a shit, and we know that.
Yeah, but like I said, we want to get to a level where we don't have egos in this team, man. But certain people just think they're better than what they are, man. We've got so many players who just think in our team, who think they're better than what they are, man. And that is, for me, is a dangerous precedent because, you know what I mean? They're the most highest wage in terms of wages. They're the most highest that they earn. We've got players who believe that they're the top players in this team. Like, we got to get these guys out. This is why, for me, like I said to you, people have got to make some tough decisions. Like, we have got to be like, you know what, cutthroat. Guys, we can't just be like, but you know what? He gives us this. Everyone has got to be serious this season.
You know what the problem is?
Smart now, Saeed. We need to be smart now because when you look at Rashford, what's he got? He's got speed. That's it. That's going to dwindle. That's going to go. So he's in a small window over the next couple of years where this is the best we're going to get out of him. Do you know what I mean? So we better cash in now because once he turns at 28, 29, 30, he's not got the technique, the ability to be able to consistently play, and we're not going to be able to get that kind of big money for him that we might be able to get right now. So if a smart organisation would be putting him up on the market when they would be realising this.
And Ash, that's the thing now. We've now got a chance now, that if we get 80, 100 million for him, if they can market him, it's great. It sounds mad to say it, but you never know. PSG might just come in and swoop him, But if we get that, we can get a whole new front free with that. Players that maybe we don't even know as well and are hungry in that. Like right now in the summer, if we went with that 100 mil and we bought Elise, we bought some unknown guys, maybe 20, 30 mil, and maybe we bought a youngster who's up and coming who could be amazing in the future. And that was the 100 mil there, That's beautiful for me. Yeah. They're all the right profiles.
Yeah, look at Leonardo who went to Benfica. He scored today, didn't he?
Yeah, he's classing. Leon's right, though. The United fans have to pray that Mbappe goes to Real Madrid because I think that's the only destination. The only team that's going to pay them. They're going to pay them fucking stupid wages that we've thrown at him. And Saeed, it comes back to what you're saying, The problem with Rashford and the ego that's been built is because Woodward and the like have licked his ass and put him on this pedestal like he's the face of the franchise. But he's not. He's a shit.
Well, you know what? We have to look in the mirror a little bit because we've rated him. A lot of fans have rated him. I'm not saying anyone particular here, but a lot of fans have rated him for too long and given him a lot of a blight. Because other people get scapegoated, but he's like honestly, like some of the. Like, for example, when Memphis came to the club, he got pelters all the time, He was a technically good player. Do you know what I mean? Like, even when Zaha didn't get the time and stuff like that, but Rashford's always had the time. So we've got to look in the mirror a little bit. Do you know what I mean? So
Mank lads everyone wants a Mank lad to do well, and when a Mank lad's going to be your best player, everyone's going to jump on it. And listen, I think Garnacho's heading down a similar path in the fact that he's been.
What do you think of him today? What do you think of Garnacho today?
He's come up against a clever player. We saw it in the first game of the season against Semedo. Locked him up. And that's going to happen with a young player because, like I was saying, he's thrown into the team and expected to start. He's not a starting player for Manchester United right now. He's 19 years old. He should be playing 1 or 2 games, sitting on the bench, coming on for 10 minutes, watching from the bench and seeing how he can impact a game. Learning what he can do.
Yeah.
He's still in the learning phase. And if you're expecting a 19-year-old to be world-class or putting in 9, 10s, 8s every single week, that's why you're going to get on his fucking back because he's not
getting quality coaching, is he? I mean, you've seen with Ten Hag, he's not improved anyone. He's not had anything to anyone's game, so he's not getting that quality coaching that you would see with like a Klopp or a Pep or a Swalix or whoever. Do you know what I mean? It's just not happening. That's why
I don't think he's that good. I'm not saying that he couldn't be like a bench and like come through and play little minutes. I don't see technically. Like, let's just say the first time we watched Amad Diallo, we could see what was there straight away, And I know, obviously, he's come through. He's a little bit less experienced and stuff, I don't see that much to his game. Like, I said it on another stream and people thought I was mad, I don't really rate him higher than Dan James, I know he gets excited. He runs at
Nah,
players.
he's better than
Guys,
He's
guys,
like Saka when Saka was 19. Do you know what I mean?
I'm gonna be real.
18.
Yeah, he's not that good a dribbler. He's not that
Saka.
good as a dribbler. Like he's not got puppet on a string like
He's a numbers
Martial.
guy.
He bends the ball in, but most first players should do that. Yeah. I don't see that much diversity to his game. I don't really rate him that highly. I'll be real with you. I'm not saying he's rubbish, but I just don't think he's
I think
be a world beater.
If you get there quick enough, I think there's coaching there that can actually make you into a really useful player. I hear a lot of United fans are saying, I don't think he should be a starter. I think he could be an impact player that comes off the bench. And that's not just now. I mean, like in his career, that's absolutely fine. I mean, I think I've seen enough of him. The mentality's there. I think I've seen enough of him to show that he is a good player. I think
he's got to fight as well. I
don't see that much.
He does have the attributes off the bench. You can clearly see that because you're talking early on about him adding to his game, and he does need to add to his game and diversify. But he's 18, 19, so he still does have the time to do that himself. Also with the correct coaching. I think today he just came up stylistically. Adogi's all wrong for him. Someone who's just as quick as he is, someone who's stronger than him. Like,
strong,
going to be a long day.
Oh, he ain't going to be the Ronaldo that people think he is. Like,
No.
He needs to bulk up. We can see that today. He needs to get stronger. He needs to work on that. But that'll come again. You know, his body's still developing.
But it depends about
expectations. I can't write him off.
That's
no,
true,
me.
I'd have him in the team over Rashford. That's for sure.
Oh, 100%.
No, you know what it is though.
I like James in the team over Rashford. I'm not saying something.
Yeah. I like his raw abilities. I think for me, I like his raw abilities. I think he's got a goal in him. I think what I also like about his temperament. Listen, people say he thinks he's better than what he is. I don't think he is. I look at him. I think the expectation on him right now, same with Double A, we're now thinking that he's going to be our match winner. So to think every week he's going to be your match winner, he's going to be your goal scorer every single week. Like, come on,
you know what, Saeed?
And that comes down to he's in a default. Anthony should really be on that side. Let's be honest.
McTominay should have scored that goal today. He would have been. McTominay scores that goal to that ball in. That was a beautiful ball into McTominay. Do you know what I mean? He gets that is a match-winning assist. Do you know what I mean? So
and he put another ball in the box on the right for Højlund, and Højlund was again fucking a yard behind the play every single time. Højlund really pissed him off.
The McTominay shot. Do you remember McTominay took the shot for the 18-yard box and he can pass? He can feed Garnacho through. Doesn't just chooses to ignore him and takes the shot, goes wide.
Yeah,
I mean, so he gets himself in positions. You know, he's one where you're looking at him and he has got possibilities. He has he's got quality. But it's just again the coaching and the teammates.
Like you said, he shouldn't be the go-to guy, but he is.
Shouldn't be.
And that's testament to how poor our attackers are. That he's the guy we look at as fans and go, if we're gonna win this game today, you're the guy who's gonna get us back. And he's not of that level. He's not of that quality.
Yeah, but
it should be demanded of him.
I just hope the manager gives. I was going to say, I hope the manager gives Ahmad some time because we know that he needs more minutes and he's just quality, that kid.
Just for something differently, like we know what doesn't work. That's why I'm like, all right, play Ahmad. What's the worst that can happen? Ahmad plays poorly and we look exactly the same. All right, try something else. Try players in different combinations of three. Yes, on paper, it doesn't look like any of them are going to work, but you may stumble across something that does work. And then you stick with that. But you're just going to continue to play the same three players, continue for it to not work. Continue. Look at the amount of goals we've scored.
It's crazy.
Look at our lack of threat. You know what I'm saying? Whole half with no shot. What was it? 2 shots on target the entire game.
The 2 shots with the 2 goals, apparently. So I think that, you know what it is as well? I'm dying for him to, when players are on like low confidence and bad form and stuff like that, you need to be able to like create a system that helps them get back to that form. And I feel like the manager needs to explore options like playing a front two because Rashford's out of form. You got Martial in and out of injury. Well, I don't think he can be asked half the time. You got Højlund who's out of form, Why would you not play Martial next to Højlund as a front two in some games? Because you know Martial's going to help him. But Rashford plays the best when he's playing with Martial. Facts. I've seen the best football when them two are linking up together. So I don't get why there's not that, because even the front three sometimes it's not even worth having a front three in some of our games. May as well load the midfield up with another one and play the 2 at the top.
Ain't gonna
it's
lie,
so true. That,
sometimes there ain't a point of us having an 11 out there, but hey, I get your point.
Leon, this manager's his moments, and he sees McTominay do well, right? He stays in the team. Garnacho's doing well, right? He stays in the team. There is no plan. There is no kind of well, there's no plan. There's just nothing with him. Do you know what I mean? It's whatever's working in any given moment. You know, you look at Kobe Mano and Garnacho, and he's overplaying these kids. These kids shouldn't be relied upon to be starting for Manchester United week in, week out. Do you know what I mean? And having that kind of pressure on them. There should be players coming off the bench. They should be, you know, interchanging with more experienced players and learning the game instead of being thrown into the deep end like you're seeing constantly over and again. And then people are, you know, are expecting too much from him. It's just the manager don't know what he's doing, and we say it over and over again. You know, he's got to go.
And the thing is as well, with the whole Onana thing with AFCON this year, he already created a kind of vibe where it's like favourites will play and just random people will play. And really, I'm not trying to change around the 11 too much in that year. And this Onana thing makes it even worse because how does that affect the squad now where they look at it and they go, he's so desperate to keep Onana in. All the man that are like sat on the bench or not getting time, they're just like, well, I may as well write the rest of the season off. So I don't even know when I'm going to play. Do you know what I mean? Like, because he's got his favourites.
And was it worth it? Was it worth it keeping Onana for those 2 games? Do you know what I mean?
No.
By the way, the second goal. Do we blame Onana?
Oh my God! Yes, you have to blame him a bit.
I've not seen it
near
back.
post, innit? It's near post.
Should get it, yeah.
It goes just like right past his head, innit? It's mad. Yeah,
I don't think he's good. I didn't think we should have got him anyway. I could have kept De Gea for another season.
Well, commanding the box. Why does he not command the box? Every single time the guy don't come out.
You know what you do?
He goes down rapid, doesn't he? As well, he goes like down, like really down.
He goes down, man, broski. Like, what's going on with you, bro? Like, man, I'm not expecting anything. Not expecting anything from him.
It's terrible.
I just want to see Bayinde at this point. Just want to see him, see what he's about.
Today, by the way, is that him? Is this him today, by the way? I don't know. Let me see this 1 second.
You know,
is this him, by the way, today? Is that today? Is that today? Yeah,
that's today. That's today.
No.
Whoever got that picture?
This man.
Who's put the caption? The caption I'm done. Did you see the caption, Ash?
Bro,
I didn't see the caption.
That's mad, you know, man.
It looks like a wish version of the Schmeichel save. What the fuck is he doing, man? Like,
it looks like he's surrendering.
What is that, man?
Bro, they take the knee in. They take the knee in NFL. They don't take the knee in fucking Premier League.
Look at the way. You know what, Saeed? You said earlier in the season you questioned. I think you and Norridon was on the stream talking about the way he actually makes saves, his technical side to the whole saves. Yeah, De Gea spreads himself so wide in them scenarios. Onana, the one knee down and the hands up like this, bro. It's not going to work.
He was mint off the line as well. Do you know what I mean? That was one of his positives of his game, was coming off the line. You know, that's spreading himself and making those saves. We've gone completely opposite way with Onana. He has no idea what to do. Just stay stationary on the line. He also does these predictive saves. Like he predicts where the ball's going to go and kind of jumps in that direction. You know what I mean? It's madness. He's not reactionary at all. You know, he's
got to come for the cross, though, man. He's got to come for that goal.
Yeah. For the first goal, 100%. 100%.
Even if we wanted to keep De Gea, we could have literally said, Kovar, you play, and then bring some. Literally,
we should have just signed. We should have just bought better. Was it right to get rid of De Gea? Yes, but we should have bought better.
What's his name?
The same way if the guy,
he's all round. I rate him.
Same way if the manager after Ten Hag don't work, it can't be, we should have kept Ten. No, we get rid of Ten Hag because it's not working. If the next manager don't work, and so forth until you get to a manager that does work. Yeah, like we've been here before, like in previous times where managers. We got to Sir Alex Ferguson.
And I'm coming around to that way of thinking now. I'm one of them. I admit, one of my failings is that the project, we can't be like every other team. We can't, and I think Aaron was saying it. Real do it, like Bayern do it.
You know what the crazy part is?
There's a reason why these teams are always at the top. There's a reason.
All the successful teams do it. All of them.
Double A, don't worry, it's a safe circle, man. We won't judge you, bro, for your past previous.
Nah, it's counts.
That's
why I felt safe to say it. You know what I mean?
The
comments will be different.
Yeah,
the comments are gonna cook, but. I know I'm amongst friends, and that's all.
Yeah, man, of course, that's good. But yeah, that's the way forward. That's why people say, you don't. So how do you think we got to Sir Alex Ferguson? What do you think happened in that period? of time. All their managers
There's no
before him.
long-term vision anymore.
But that's a
guys.
long time ago.
There's no long-term
No,
vision
it's not
anymore.
long term. But the point that I'm making is that sacking managers, because people say, "Oh, it's not the United way." People say it's the modern day way. We've sacked managers even in our history.
But even like Ron Atkinson, he had 3 years. He had a few years before Fergie came in, and then
different time. But even managers before him,
they were given time, but he was afforded time back then because the pressure
manager.
was
But
high,
even
what it is.
Even
the
before
game changes.
Yeah, the game changes even before Ron Atkinson and afterwards. I think there was a manager afterwards that got sacked as well. This is what happens when you don't perform, and you mentioned it. All the top clubs do it, apart from Pep and City, which is the anomaly, and Liverpool because they happy being second. Like other than that, everyone else sacks managers and they're successful.
Barca 5 coaches in 5 years. Bayern 5 coaches in 5 years.
Barca just won the league.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. Barcelona have just won the league last season, and they were no doubt in sack Xavi.
The fans want him gone. The fans want him
gone. And he's a legend as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a legend.
Know why? Because the fans, the Barcelona fans,
demand more.
Because the Barcelona fans care more about Barcelona than they do.
Exactly.
Xavi.
You can't just do the one thing.
I saw Ash retweet it yesterday, and it made me not upset, but like you just. I never thought I'd be jealous of Reading. I never thought I'd be sitting here jealous of Reading.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
Them storming that pitch and getting that game called off is everything I wish Manchester United could be. And listen, we can talk all day about what's going wrong at this club. We know fundamentally what is wrong at this club. The Glazer out chance starting again today, a little bit more than they have done the last few weeks. Nothing's ever going to change until they go. I don't care about Radcliffe coming in with 25%, throwing 300 million, like he's just won the lottery. It's fuck all. You just, you're the... What was it? The lotto tout, whatever the fuck he was called. That kid that spent all his money on fucking ramming cars and all that shit. That's nothing. Like 300 million is a drop in the ocean on what Manchester United actually need and how we can move forward. And listen, like someone said it in the comments before, man are praying for structure. That's all we've got to cling on to. Like what I mean? Like,
when you think about it,
we have nothing else to look forward to than can Jim Radcliffe pull a rabbit out of his ass like a fucking dynamo. Do you know what I mean? We're praying for miracles now. Absolutely praying for miracles.
Miracles, and we're not talking about Sean Mills as well. You know what I mean? We're not even talking about Sean Mills in this one. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. Like we've got over one problem, and now we have to get over a different problem. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, exactly. Ten Hag's like Anakin in Revenge of the Sith, man. We've lost him, man. He's gone. He's gone to the dark side. Do you know what I mean? Yo, it's like Anakin on the bank and that, man, when he's burning up in the lava. That's him, man. You know what I mean? Just let him go, man. You know what I mean? Let him go, bro. Do you know what I mean? There's a new hope coming. Trust me, bro.
You were the future.
You know what it is, though? I'm more disappointed in him than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wasn't a coach, but I generally thought, when I spoke with Chessman, I said we're built different.
Say we all thought.
I think we're going places.
Because we had evidence to back it up, though. When you look at that first season, it was a breath of fresh air. We was playing decent football.
You saw them in the Champions League in the semi-final. Do you know what I mean? With Ajax, when does Ajax go to the semi-final of the Champions League? Balling as well, beating Real Madrid and all that. We were excited.
We was, and we had right to. You know what I'm saying? He had players performing like above their level. We was like, okay. We had certain fan base thinking we were catfish. Certain part of our fan base thinking that we was in a title race in January and February last January and last February. So that tells you all you need to know of where we was at. I'm saying people talking about trebles. Let's not act like this didn't happen.
Someone said Ten Hag is like Harvey Dent in Batman. Do you know who it does remind me of? Have you ever seen fucking what's that lawyer show on Netflix with a kid who isn't a lawyer but becomes a lawyer?
Suits.
He's like the kid from fucking Suits.
I have not watched that.
Yeah,
show,
he is.
He is a lawyer.
Double A, that's a banging example, That's a proper good example,
Yeah.
But he was decent.
Is that worth watching?
Oh, basically, right. So basically what happens is, right, this guy blags a job as a lawyer, but he's not a lawyer.
Yeah,
so he flags his way into the lawyer. Even on the first episode, when he goes in on the first episode and he opens his briefcase and it's full of weed and that in it. It's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, is this worth? Suits worth watching like that?
Suits is banging, bro.
Cold, bro.
Is it good?
Saeed, it's banging.
Is it a comedy?
The first 3 seasons.
It's not like a comedy, like it's not thingy, but it is pretty witty in that, and all the characters. Okay. No, it's
you
bad.
call it a dramedy, don't a dramedy? So
is it a drama? I need to check that out.
No, it's proper sick,
Meghan Markle as well.
No, Donna. Donna's for me.
Yeah. Donna for me. Meghan Markle's in it before she got all royal and all that.
Ginger Donna, yo. Anyway,
Ginger Donna.
Everyone knows the
we need
ginger
a lawyer
Donna.
as well. We need a lawyer, guys, as well. We need a lawyer, man. We need to know what the fraud we bought, man. We bought a faulty equipment, man. We bought a guy who came in not playing Ajax football. Maybe Ten Hag needs to be brought to the table.
That's such a good example, you know. That's a banging example.
No, but he's
when he's not watching, they're gonna see,
yeah, he came in like that guy. He said he wasn't a lawyer. Well, Ten Hag said he's going to play Ajax football. Everyone got hoodwinked. Everyone got catfished.
We got hoodwinked, man, bamboozled, led astray, and run amok. Led astray, man. That's what it is, yo. I'm flat out deceived. Like,
you know what I mean? Like, you know what it is with Tottenham? Yeah, they went to home bargains, yeah, and they knew what they were getting. They went to that aisle. They got the stuff. It's not the best quality in the world, but they knew what they were getting. It
was a job.
We went. I said, yo, we're going to Gaucho. We're going to, you know what I mean? I don't know, Fazenda. We're going to a nice place and we're getting some proper food, yeah? And then, you know, it's come out and it's probably Camel One.
We went to Harvey Dix and we got food poisoning. He
said it's Camel One.
You know what I mean? Listen, no respect to Camel One. If anybody goes Camel One, yeah, in Manchester, listen, you might end up not.
Dixie chicken on Stockport Road in Leather. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean, bro? There's certain places you don't go to. Dixie's. If you go Dixie's in 2024, mate, you need to have a head woman, mate.
You know what I mean? I don't like. I was in Dixie's the other week.
No, you're shameless.
If you're going Dixie's, yo, 2024, guys. If you're eating at Dixie's, then something's wrong with you.
Wingstop's right there, and you're going Dixie's, bro.
Nah, Dixie's. I was in Longside. That's what it is. Just mini fillet. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
just a mini.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it was
mini fillet.
Saeed, what you're saying? It's like that place you did the review from. Remember that 1-star place you done the review?
Bro, yeah, that was it. Yeah, I forgot what that shop was.
Crazy. When the man served you with all that sauce, I was thinking, what is going on? A bowl of sauce and one piece of meat in it. I was thinking, what the hell?
Broski, it's crazy, man. You know what I mean? Like, I just think for right now, we've come in, and like I said to you, it's okay to say Ten Hag hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. We move on. Listen, thank you for the memories. Carabao Cup, third finish. You know what I mean? It is what it is, but we move on now. I've got no kind of like I don't want it to end badly. I don't want it to you know what I mean? Yeah, I've called him a fraud and whatnot, but I don't want it to end badly like the way it ended with Ollie, man. Ollie was a dark place for me because he was a legend of the football club, and I was like, everybody's just keeping him for sentiment. Everybody's just keeping him because he's a legend. No, we can't do that. Now, we need to respectfully move on. But yeah, go on there.
Does Ratcliffe get rid of him in February when the full takeover? After he's watching,
I don't think he does, man. Because you know why? I just feel like for me, I don't know how much control he has, and B, I just don't think right now they're going to be thinking of bringing in a manager right now, as in. But I wish they would. If I was them, I'll pull the plug in right now. But who knows if we get beaten that couple of games? You never know.
I'm not going to be surprised if they do, because this is all about PR. I look at Radcliffe, what he's doing, like politics, innit? You come and say the right things, you do the right things at the start, you get people on side, buys you time to do your little things in the background and that. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they do it, because they might be like, we can get all of the fans and everyone, like, you know, when people are desperate and you do something good for them and they just, you know what I mean? They can be all over you.
You know what, Leon, though?
Oh, by the way, yeah, people are saying Dixie's and Shrewd Hill's better still, so flawless, get to know it.
Dixie's and Shrewd Hill, bro, listen.
I just went the one in Longside because it was
just saying, innit? Them man are giving you recommendations. I was doing some shopping.
I was like, yo, I just needed
who recommended that?
I went Dixie's.
Is that Thompson?
You know what I'm saying? I went Dixie's, you know what I'm saying? Got 2 minutes. What's going on? What's wrong with, I don't understand what's wrong with Dixie's. Chat to me. What's going on? That's better.
It's dry.
I hear it's not chicken.
Franchise now.
Oh yeah, that's, you know what? That ain't surprising.
Bags of cats in the back.
That cat tastes good, man. You know, that's what it is, man. Remember when it was the whole horse meat and thing in Asda? Remember that? When it was said he was selling whatever, man. They be injecting all this. Does it taste good?
By the way, can we just explain what Dixie's is? So Dixie's is like a fast food restaurant.
Yeah, it's a fast food joint.
Takeaway.
People act like
it's basically where you get chicken. It's like Popeyes for America, but it ain't really Popeyes anyway.
By the way, Popeyes. You might try Popeyes in town.
Popeyes,
you might tried it.
Popeyes overrated, man. I went there. I went in New York, man. I went in New York.
Nah, not the New York one. I'm talking about the one over here.
It's not.
The one over here.
Yeah, no.
I do want to try.
I've been to one over here. It's nothing special. It's more. Yeah,
cool.
It's nothing special.
No.
Yeah,
you know what you're getting when you're buying fast food. You know what you're getting, man. You know what I'm saying? What we doing?
Yeah,
you know what time it is.
Yeah.
Fuck
Popeyes, man. I mean, dead, man. But like I said, this is what we come to, guys. Man, we're talking about, you know what I mean, takeaway shops
TV
and that, man.
shows.
You know what I'm saying?
I started by saying about what we were watching on TV. We've ended the same way, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Aye, big up Matisse, man. This guy's shameless in the chat. You know, you man are 10. Where did
They're
Chelsea?
ninth. No,
By the
they're
way,
ninth.
Chelsea
They've stepped
fans,
up.
One
They're ninth.
scrappy
They're
you
ninth.
man are
penalty, one scrappy
celebrating today.
penalty win, going mad. He's
Broski,
got a neck in there.
you man, get back in your box. You man are 9th, 10th, wherever you are. You man are absolutely finished. You man are got it over the line against flipping Fulham. Oh my days! Listen, they're a different type of mediocrity, by the way. You know what I mean?
Chelsea should have had a
I
red
don't wanna
card in
stunt
that
too
game as well.
much.
Oh, the Gusto
Yeah,
challenge.
Gusto
Yeah.
should have been off.
Yeah, exactly. Gusto should have been sent off. They're lucky. You know what I mean? So, nah, I just think for me, going forward, lads, man, you know what I'm saying to you, like, where do we go next? Because we've got no game for 2 weeks. Someone said the best thing about this year is that we don't have a game for 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean,
Imagine that's where we are. Imagine that's where we are in January.
You know, we're not going on a winter holiday and all that. Like usually we go to like Dubai or whatever. We're not doing it this year. Yeah, we're staying here. Like, what's that about? We're not got the money to go abroad.
Can't afford it.
You know what I mean? That's how bad it is.
Can't afford
the flights.
Wow.
Because of the poor results is why they're staying here. That's what will be said. That's what they'll spin it.
Yeah, we want to be committed.
Yeah,
but some fucking warm weather, mate. That might heat you up and make you fucking play better.
So what date's the next game then? Feb.
How about that? How about they just go on holiday and don't come back? How about that? That'd be great.
So obviously we've got a couple of weeks to look forward to the new players we're going to coming in. Yeah, you're not excited?
Nah, man, not at all, man. Listen, they won't bring Benzema. It's all about selling now. It's about selling players.
No, but we might get you promoting.
I think it depends on Martial going. He don't want to go. So if Martial
the thing is, his contract's up in 6 months anyway. So it's like either go now or just don't. But we'll sign him to a new deal.
Stay and get the bag in it. You stay and get the bag here, and then go and sign for 20 million somewhere else.
FA Cup. Oh yeah, FA Cup. But come on, man. Listen, like if anyone thinks we're going to lose against Newport and Eastleigh, then you know what I mean, you must be crazy. We'll win that game, but like I said to you,
Traps is hoping we do anyway.
Yeah, like that's the only game that I feel like. But then again, it's almost like a pointless game. You can't analyze anything. Even if Hoyland scores 5 goals and we win the game 10-0, I couldn't care less about that game. It's just the next round. We move to the next round. So yeah, we're playing in a week's time or 2 weeks' time, wherever it is. Yeah, but that's it. Like it don't really show me anything, bros. Then we got Wolves. We got Aston Villa back to back, 2 away games back to back, guys.
I think it could be done after.
No, actually, no. We're playing.
If we hold bad defeats against them,
that run it could be peak.
we got Wolves, West Ham, then Villa.
Yeah, that's hard.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, Wolves, West Ham, then Villa. Yeah, Wolves, West Ham, then Villa. Yeah, I mean, and it's listen, I don't know. West Ham's low block. Could be out of job, you know what I mean? And then, like I said to you, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win. The pattern this season. I wonder what the pattern is like this season, by the way. Can someone explain to me what United's pattern is? You know what, let's just go. You know what? We got
what do you mean? Like win 1, lose 1. Is that what you mean? Like
like the win record.
WL.
Yeah, let me look at Man United in the Premier League. Let me just check right now. Premier League results, yeah. Let me just look at it here now. 1 second.
How many defeats is it this season that we've had? 12, 9.
It's 9.
What about all competitions?
Defeats.
It must be about nearly 15 or something, no?
Yeah, 14 or 15 apparently, yeah.
Breaking record after record. People still want him in, you know.
We beat Wolves, then we lost to Tottenham, so that's 1 game. Then we beat Nottingham Forest, but then we lost to Arsenal. We lost to Brighton. We won against Burnley. We lost against Crystal Palace. Then we won against Brentford. That was a very, very lucky win, man. Very lucky.
How tight the games
We won against Sheffield United. Again, another very lucky win. This is the only thing. Yeah, no, we lost to Man City. Then we won against Fulham. This is where we won basically 3 in a row. But look at the wins, like 1-0 against Fulham.
Can I just mention that Hoyland, the Haaland push, by the way, that they got a penalty for and Garnacho today? Do you know what I mean? Haaland.
Oh, yeah,
you remember?
Bro, that was a penalty. That was a definite penalty.
That was a penalty, that weren't it? Do you know what I mean?
Definitely penalty.
100%.
If you do that, yeah.
Go on, sorry.
Yeah. Newcastle, we lost. So we've only won 3 games in a row in this period here. Then we lost against Bournemouth. We beat Chelsea, sorry. We lost against Bournemouth. And then we drew against Liverpool, lost against West Ham, won against Aston Villa, lost against Nottingham Forest. then we drew today. So our record, apart from that little bit of run there we had against, to be honest with you, mediocre teams that were bottom in the league, etc., etc., it's been that way, man. It's been
and that's
that
why
way
as well. I can't hear the stats when people are saying, "Oh, we've won this many games under Ten Hag." I'm like, but how have we won those games? What has it been like to watch them and actually get the win done? If it's not been convincing for me, I'm not hearing that stat. Do you know what I mean? My eye tests don't lie. So people are always coming up with stats saying like, I think people come up with a stat the other day saying like, didn't one in the go in the group chat where someone was saying that he's got a better run than than Pep or Klopp or so. I can't remember what stupid stat it was.
No.
What stat was it?
If he had won today, yeah, he would have had a better win percentage than Sir Alex Ferguson in this tournament. But you got to remember, Alex Ferguson managed over 1,500 games. Ten Hag has managed what?
God, that's a shame.
His first 3 years of like bad performances.
The sample size is crazy, man. Stats lie, exactly. Stats. This is why you got to know stats. Don't tell the full story, man. But listen, final thoughts before we all wrap up. 1,800 here. Guys, like the video, people. Everyone hit the like button right now. If you're doing anything right now, get us to 1,000 likes.
We don't even have 1,000 likes.
No, not even 1,000 likes.
Hey, mods. What are we doing? Moderators, man. Get everybody hitting the like button. What are we doing?
Come on. Yeah, final thoughts from everyone before we wrap up. I'm gonna laugh. Final thoughts, Flawless.
We're going to be here next week saying, actually, we won't be here next week saying the same thing because we're not playing. But once we are back playing matches, this is just going to be a common theme. You're going to hear Saeed, Ash, Double A, Leon, Traps, whoever else is here on side saying the same thing over and over again because we're going to continue to see the same performances. But now in January, we've been seeing the same performance from these players and this manager since August. This is just the level we're at. And could it get worse? Yes, it could be. It could get worse, especially now we are playing better opposition when you look at the fixture list after the FA Cup tie. So I think this man, he could definitely not make it through that. But there is a point where we're going to go on a bad run and the pressure is going to increase on him even more and he will be sacked because this can't continue. But yeah, at this point, like I think I said this last week, if you're still hurt by these performances and getting upset, that means you expect more. Like, just understand where we're at. Just be at acceptance. Get to the fifth stage of grief, and you'll be okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Ash, your final thoughts, please, mate.
There's no future with this manager. That's it. We're done. He's gone as far as he can go. We need to worry about our future now as a football club and get rid of him and look to new pastures, new horizon, get a little bit of excitement in the club again because this man's provided none of it and he's not going to provide any of it. I did everything that Flawless said. Thanks for having us as always, Saeed. Love coming on a Sunday and stuff. But yeah, just I wish we could be talking about us performing and doing something, but not to be.
Yep, absolutely. Double A, your final thoughts, mate?
Yeah, man. Obviously, first and foremost, make sure you are supporting all of these, man. Obviously, it's a pleasure to be here every Sunday. And, Saeed does fucking wonders on YouTube, so make sure you're supporting him. It's a good way to finish. I feel a lot better. I always come in here pissed off, and I always leave feeling a little bit happier about life. Maybe not United, but at least about life. So that's all.
Double A, I told you, man. Safe space, bro. Safe space.
Yeah.
Get off your chest, innit?
It's been the unfiltered therapy for months, mate. So this is just the way it is right now. Big up the best chat on YouTube, obviously. So always good to see your comments flying in. Myself, my final thoughts is literally all you man in the chat that go on at me all the time about backing Ten Hag and this and that. You've won. You've worn me down. I'm broken. This man needs to leave. He needs to leave ASAP. What Ashley said is right. We need to think about Manchester United now, and that's always been my fourth one. I'm not backing the manager. I'm backing the idea that the club needs to be stable. The club isn't stable. I don't see any signs of this man bringing this team back to life. I could, if we were unlucky to draw today, you could say, he deserves time. He doesn't deserve time. The only problem I have, and I've said it from the beginning, is I don't trust the people above him, and I don't trust Jim Ratcliffe coming in. So that's where my problem lies. I don't trust the club. And to sit here and say I don't trust my football club, the club I love, the club I've supported since I can remember is a wild statement. And also to say in the back of that, I don't enjoy watching them. And, you know, going to watch my team gets in the way of my life now. Not the other way around. It should be United get in the way of my life. I should have my missus moaning at me I'm not home enough and I need to spend more time with my daughter and my dog. No, the other way, I'm trying to find excuses not to go. That should not be the case. So, listen.
United getting in the way of your life, Double A, stop you from going Dixies and that. I see you, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Make sure you go to the Shrewd Hill one, though. Do you know what I mean?
I'd let anything get in the way of doing that, mate, to be fair. But yeah, I mean, it's one of them, mate. I think I don't trust us to make the right decisions. I don't trust United to get us out of this hole. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. I think we just have to kind of batten down the hatches and try and get through it the best we can.
Absolutely. Leon, your final last word before we wrap it up, man.
Yo, it's a pivotal point of the season right now. We've got about half left, if I'm correct. So we need to make a decision quickly this month or the start of next month if we want any sort of vibes this season. That's all I'm going to say, because we're still in the FA Cup. We can have a bit of a run. And I'm telling you, this league is not what you think it is. So you win 3-4 games, it's flipping around all like that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm ready for some vibes, even if we don't make the top 4. But yeah, large up everyone. It's always a pleasure to jump in with Double A Ash, Flawless, and obviously the main man, Saeed, man. And Saeed, man, do you know what I mean? Like, people go watch the match reaction as well. I felt the pain, man, when I was watching it, man. Go watch it, man.
No,
you look like you're a Bruin at the start. You're just, hold up, you're just there like, oh, do you know what?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm ready to go.
This game broke Saeed.
It was Cypher setting.
No, because I'm just like, yo,
Flawless, you're ready to this. When the Cypher comes on, a man's just like, do you know what I mean? He's just man. He's just there like, yeah, I'm ready in a sec, you know. Do you know what I mean? So,
no, it was just one of them where you kind of like, you watching the game, you're thinking like, man like Tottenham, you know, like, you know what I mean? We dominated him last season, and then 1 year forward, and we literally look like we're going nowhere. But listen, people, man, we're going to wrap up here, man. We're going to head over to Sarcasm City. He's going to be live now. We're going to redirect to Sarcasm City TV. So 1,600 of you's already here. Make sure you head over there, support Sarcasm City TV. Flawless, what's the title of the video? What's the agenda on the show?
It's United Chelsea Spurs show. So obviously be recapping the game against Spurs, and obviously Chelsea beating Fulham as well. And also Ghana lost. So my guy Jez, who's the Spurs fan, he's pissed because Ghana just lost to Cape Verde and AFCON. Like, he's been absolutely irate in the chat. So yeah, he is really he's had enough. So that's gonna be good. So yeah, United Chelsea Spurs show, like I said, with some AFCON recap as well.
Yeah, there you go, people. Make sure you follow everyone's channels as well. Ash Reppers, Double AFC, and also make sure you check out Leon's channel as well. All links are in the description below. 40 more likes to 1K. Hopefully we get that on the way out. Head over to Sarcasm City. I'll be back tomorrow, midday live. Me, Lee Gunner, Savo, who's a Tottenham fan. We got LB City fan, and we got Roms, who's a Liverpool fan, and Goonie. So make sure you check out Midday Live, and also Straight Jacket Podcast. We are live. Me and Nuruddin. 5 p.m.
This one's going to be interesting.
That's going to be good.
Yeah, we'll find out, man. Because like I said, we're going to see structure. Yeah, so we'll find out what he says, man.
Do you know what I hope? Yeah, just a quick one before we go. Yeah. I'm just going to send a message out right now. Yeah, Ten Hag, if for whatever reason you hear this or you're watching this, whatever, yeah, I hope you don't bump into Nuruddin in Manchester, because it's going to be. If you're on your own, I'm going to pray for you.
Yeah. So. Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. Guys, like the video. Head over to Sarcasm City. We're out.